It seems like Kickett's bringing the bomb to A, and so Jame, if he just gets one, it's going to be too convincing that they're heading this way.
Heat is coming back. Oh!
And there's the frag. Alu just a slither over the flowers. Plants his feet, drops a smoke at 30. That is going to have to be disrespected. Surely, you can't boost. You're going to boost? 20 seconds, lads. You're all here. You're firing off AWPs and AKs, and they're still going for the boost. Come on now.
Yeah, this is just...
Here they go. Snappy can't believe his luck. Bombs loose. No scope through the smoke. Yakinda maybe, surely denied by Spinks. He just needs this, and the round is won. VP clocked their worst enemy. Jame just looking to hold on to the AWP.
Just as I said, they were playing some quicker rounds. We lose one to time here. Fifth for Ents there.
To have the audacity to see a smoke at 30 and go, boost me.
Yeah, like they're going to pick behind it wildly. Ents don't want to fight you. They just let you lose the round to the clock right here.
Oh, yeah, 10 as you're crossing CT. That is absolutely the power of a smoke grenade.
If Jame defended there, right, he did get flashed, but if Jame defended there and gets that kill, but then they win the round, and it's like, okay, yeah, it all made sense. But you can see, having a couple of last-minute flashbangs in play, it can make all the difference. Away we go, VP will buy again.
Ooh, interesting. Now a bit of a development. Instead of letting that banana smoke pop and giving control, he'd rather hold the line and smoke it early. I like it. A bit of CT nade damage onto Spinks. Not ideal, far from it.
Well, they've got banana control, right? That close half wall molly, that's cleared that out, but this is all a ruse. They're heading towards A. They're very, very quiet here in Apps, and they've been given a lot of space. We've seen Ents do a lot of two-man setups towards the apartments. But this time round, with that banana control, they're more than happy to play this four-man A lane. You can see over there that Snappy Speedway, but Spinks again over the flames.
You dare. Spinks puts his head into the crosshairs. Doesn't go down. Nice info from him. Now, the question remains, and Snappy's positioning is testament to the fact that he wants to be ready for A. Doto's tucked in. Early responsible for short. The util will be a determining factor here. And straight out they go. Top mid denied. It doesn't reek of apartments. They want presence long, and now they pop. Oh, Alu is sitting duck. Doto flashed off. Now he returns with one, not the second, practically mid-air as Sanji hits that. Diha, good find. Patience on the smoke keeps it competitive. The bomb's yet to be planted. It will be going down now. 7-3-5, 6-6-0, something.
Running out of rounds here in the first half for Ents, so they might consider this. It is a 3-on-3. They know they're contained towards the site. Snappy's going to go late apartments.
Yeah, forcing Jame out of short's not going to be easy, though. Quick swing. Diha takes one to the wing.
Feels committed now.
Yeah, completely. Snappy Apps, what are you going to do? What have you got for us? Crossfire's too strong. Way too strong. You just can't touch him, and Diha will keep what little he can. The AK valuable into the next. VP extend their T lead. Inferno, it's looking rigid.
There's quite a curious buy there from VP as well. You can see that Jame has 2,900. He started the round with that excess cash, and they had one player operating with only a deagle. So they were planning that if they lost that round, Jame would have more money to be able to buy another AWP, right? So he didn't drop an AK, which he could have done. So you can see that VP thinking rounds ahead. Even though they could have invested a little bit heavier into a round like that, they were more than happy to do it.
I think it hits him, perhaps, as he jumped up, just to stop that brutal half-wall nade. Sanji, yeah, he did get his feet on the ground quick. And the crossfire between Sanji and Buster, Jame just responsible for sure. It was all very well thought through, very well established. VP looking to really twist the knife. This one will hurt.
Oh.
And that hurts better. Oh, Alu puts us back into a competitive round.
Cheeky with the scout. They're so quick.
Yeah, I mean, they've smoked it every round. I'm not going to blame Jame for not expecting the Aggie push, and it could be ruined right here, right now. The Jules on B. There's more, though. It might spur them into it. With early damage, hang on, Buster seems ready for anything. Ali was spotted. Snappy peeks out. He's gone as well. Chant shakes his head, but a 2v2 all the same.
That felt very desperate. I know it was a force buy here from Ents, but just peeking and peeking and peeking. And well, now it feels like they've lost control of the round.
Not if Ali's got anything to say about it. Any more of those, Alu? Not today. Over the shoulder of Buster. He's already rocking up the entirety of the frag total. 4 in the round, keeping things neat.
May as well go for it here. They invested completely.
Here he comes, Captain Doto. Swings into banana.
Well, might get an AWP and get out if he wants. James is at T stairs.
Not a bad shout.
Get yourself a kit, upgrade it. Ugh, not that one, this one.
4 bullets. It's just not the round for you. He's going for the 4-bullet clutch.
All right, Doto.
Eesh! 1 bullet!
Oh.
No time, no kit. Get out. Get out. Buster will call that one an ace. He gets all 4 of the necessary frags.
And Doto's hanging around.
Everyone needs to learn that wallbang.
Yeah, well, they showed you how simple it is, right? A couple bullets, straight on through, and away you go. Doto goes down with the bomb. Really could have used that saved AK.
Poop. What? Did he not? Did he stop running?
He hung around. He wanted to kill Buster as he tried to escape. I think he was thinking he could do more damage to the economy than he could. We can all see how much money VP have, right? They have buckets loads. Like there's no dramas whatsoever for them on a buy. I think Doto was hanging around to try and hamstring them financially, but not to be the case. And
this is the desperation you identified. I mean, yeah, you don't. When you've already had such a brutal success from Alu opening mid.
And they TK'd for you as well. They tried to help you out there.
It's a full investment into the final round as you would expect, but nothing more than sidearms for these gangsters.
There's the deeper nades that smoke facilitates. Check that one out. Didn't do a lot.
Yeah, James
you can see
actually
the potential for it.
pushed up on a more aggressive line this time.
They knew that there were 3 nades top mid, so they know that it's not a hedge towards B. If they want to execute B again, they know that they have better utility at this stage of the game, and it's just for sport. Right now, they've 4 sport again for the final round of play. A B exact against these Deagles. Perfect mollies and smokes with flashes.
If you could just fake it once, get rid of that smoke out of Spinks.
And they did, just with a coffin smoke. So simple as you like.
There we go. And now you pretty much can operate under the assumption that your next go is going to be gospel.
Yeah, Alu, he's still over towards this arch side. Snappy has a smoke as well, but neither will rotate over in time to help on out. VP just continue and stick to their guns over towards B. It's simple, but if they head back towards this ace...
I think this is, I mean, look at the bomb, dude. They plan to make this look convincing, keep the A players there, and then walk on in. This is great. I mean, it's like they've been watching enough demos that they can see the radar.
Let's see how thorough this execute is. VP not known to cut corners.
Yeah, James got like the most complex coffin smoke lineup he could have had. Saw the discussion before. And off we go. Super deep smoke into the site. Kick it, calls it clear.
The timing on that was perfect. Flashes and kick it in before the smokes have bloomed, already clearing out the entire bomb site here.
Yeah, I was surprised that he was there so quick. And well, you got 5 bodies.
Bloodbath, here we go.
Time to throw them into the blender. You're gonna maybe have to push through util as well. 1 more smoke on Sanji. James got a nice sight line into CT. Doto is first. Any more? Not far off. Just pot shots into the smoke. Snappy's next on James. Kill total 11 for him as 1 by 1 they advance. Oh.
I know where you are.
I know where you are. 10 for Virtus, bro. This is their map and they're showing us exactly why.
Call me crazy? Can you get
they call us galore. Serving them all, we outside, we barely indoors because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away, away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back.
Well, the international roster that can, struggling up against VP. 10-5 the scores. It already seems very convincing stuff. The Stars have shown up for Virtus Pro. Admittedly, this is Inferno, VP's turf, and they made it look clear and apparent just how strong this T side could be. Now they're off into the defense. ENCE, the ones forced to make this attack magic. And I'm intrigued to see if they can get that first pistol under their belt. The three-man lean B. Snappy trying to keep them present.
Oh, nuked.
Ouch. Ooh. And James already delivering. Pulls out the Julies. Armored Julies back in the CT pistol realms. Yakinda very fast on his B flank. Pushes Spinks further up mid. They're wrapping long. James just completely denies any sort of apps funny business. And he's got another. All right. Agent 47.
Look at all this room that they have to move with. I know that the kills right now read a 5-2 division of forces, but there's so much space, and I think that's why ENCE are a bit confused. There's nobody towards CT, there's nobody towards Arch side. Where are we going to take the bomb?
Well, maybe we just wait.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good job of that so far.
Okay, so Kick It confirms they're still up mid. D has been in library for a while. He's desperate. He's looking for a book. He's like, how to 2v5 VP? Anyone 2v5 VP? Is it on the shelf here? No.
I'm not sure how they even get through this hold. Now the setup from VP's gone back to normal. They have players on B who are about to be exploring through CT spawn. So unless kills come ENCE's way, they will be forced to go towards this A bomb site.
Yep, James knows that, and more patient than I'll ever be, is still staring at that position. Here they come, and he'll even grab a third.
Well, at least we saw the Julies work. We've been a bit critical.
Excuse me,
Actually,
get that "we" out of your mouth.
I have been a bit critical, and maybe critical is the wrong word. Skeptical.
There we go.
I've been waiting to see the Julies get something done. Now, in this position, we'd see a lot of people have the CZ75, Mr. Richardson.
Certainly, Mr. Birchall.
But with the Julies, he's not getting hamstrung with the kill reward, right? He's getting the 300 bucks
Yeah, and
every
you're not
time.
reloading anytime soon.
Yeah, I guess when you think about it, there's only 12 bullets in that one there,
Yeah.
30 in those. So I like that a bit more. It wasn't the standard sit behind the half wall, hope that they rush banana type of play. But for ENCE, this is very familiar territory for them. Down to Deagles, Snappy on the Tech 9. An early banana aggression from Yakinda. Now you'll see him in banana, you see him in second mid, you'll see him everywhere, but that's normally all within one round.
Yeah, and off he goes.
There he is. Dun, 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 dun. Where are
I'm
the kills?
everywhere.
Send me in. Where are they? Come on, boys.
At the same time.
He's like a dog that just wants to get let off the leash at the park. He's like, where are they?
Yeah,
Come on.
and he starts chasing all the other dogs' balls. You know, like he just you don't even have to throw one for him. He'll entertain himself.
Now, Buster very familiar with doing this job. Loves the old jump peek in towards banana after you get set up. Yakinda comes out, he clears it out, he says, all right, all yours, boss, and then rotates around to make it 4 strong over towards A. But ENCE right now, they're poised towards bottom of banana. Will be pressure on Buster. He's going to pick into this.
Yeah, he wants to. Brave now, so he confirms that they're pushed up, and he won't just incendiary to deny. Yakinda,
Big rotation.
Back over, yeah, James as well. And so ENCE prepare to try and tilt the scales back into their favor, and it hinges on an opening frag on these Deagles. Damage inflicted, it's Buster to clean up. Through the smoke, one by one, a well-controlled spray. And nobody going down. That's dreamy for Virtus Pro. They'll be building quite the lovely bank and actually already taking leaps and bounds towards that 16. Train is next, and ends his pick. I expect to see a much more competitive, admittedly, a much slower game of Counter-Strike once we get over to our second.
It'd be interesting with VP starting on the CT side of that because of the way that some of these individuals are looking. I think Buster especially, it could just be a shutout, right? Because you know James going to get a lot more AWPing action on a map like that. Yikinda with the hyper aggression up towards close main and towards Pop Dog. Kicker gets tested towards that B bomb site quite often. So it's good to see what individuals are in form and we can start painting a picture of what Train might look like. On the end side of things, if we just take a look at the scores and the doors, it's not that, you know, people aren't showing up, it's that they just haven't had the opportunity to do so. VP are just so strong on this map. So stifling. And again, Yikinda just pushed all the way down Banana, waiting.
Stifling. Oh, I've been spending like 6 months trying to remember. I keep saying suffocating, and I'm like, there's a better word. I used to have a word that I used for when things are like all over your face, and I usually just, you know, say something like suffocating, but not stifle. It stifles the aggression. Chad, oh my God, you've unlocked a whole
We've cracked the code.
forgotten chapter of my vocabulary.
Okay.
Thank you.
This is the weird thing, right? Because you know when you hang out with certain people, then you start using their type of language because it's very common. And
I went scouse within minutes of visiting my Liverpool cousins.
That doesn't surprise me
Seriously,
whatsoever.
Seriously?
I just noticed after I talked to my mum or my family on the phone, which is very infrequent, sorry mum, that as soon as I do, I get my twang back.
Yeah.
A little bit more twangy.
It is funny. And there's probably a fancy scientific word for what's happening to us.
Yeah, it's some social thing there, right? Isn't it like you're mimicking?
But it's a sign that you have empathy, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I had that.
As well as contagious yawning. I don't know if that's just like an old wives' tale, but apparently if you're a psychopath,
You don't yawn.
you don't catch people's yawns. It's driven by empathy, like a kind of some form of subconscious understanding of tiredness.
Well, let us know.
Oops.
Did you yawn to Mr. Richardson just there or not? Let us know if
didn't.
you're a psychopath. Use the hashtag ESL Pro
Hashtag
League.
I am a psychopath. Just tweet that out. I wouldn't.
Double AWPs,
I really
Alex.
wouldn't. No, round 19.
This might be fast out of ends. They're sending a lot of forces through second mid here. Normally an indication of a fast set piece. Smoke's already being lobbed. Molotovs to it. Will be quick up mid.
This looks fun. This looks fruity. Let's see if it bears fruit, for lack of a better word. No. Kickert says it, sprays it, and their backs were turned. What was the contingency for the potential in apps? I guess Doto's arrival there now.
Double molly boiler, or at least got a single molly in there, so just hoping nobody would play behind it.
Brutality. Kickert, such an easy leg up into the round, and Buster could not be in a more prime position for this crouch peek. Hello. Goodbye. This is a mashing. Nice from Alu. Nose pressed to the screen and takes the head off of Sanji. Short-lived success as Kickert will make it 4.
Well, that right there is almost like a pocket way to take top mid. They were trying to do it with speed. I think they were hoping that VP would gamble more players over towards top Banana. That was not the case whatsoever. So just running into Kickert here, giving him a couple of extra kills. I'm sure he's going to be loving that one.
Yeah, just that's not the kind, like, I apologize if I didn't hype that one up enough, but like, you know, this was supposed to be your chance. You're going for the fast mid and 2 of you are just dying to someone, to body shots in your spine. It does decelerate my excitement.
Yeah, the first gun round, I think that kind of summarizes what will happen for the remainder here of Inferno. Aggressive AWP down middle, AK spotted, but Diha lops off his head. So James out of the picture. Can they get that AWP back?
He wants it. The flash was there, but the incendiary's there to stop him. He's actually dropping his smoke to push for it. Yikinda.
Completely blind on that one.
Tested. No issues for him so far.
They got the AWP.
Hello.
Step 1, get AWP.
What's step 2?
Kill Yikinda.
Yes, that's a good place to start for sure.
Just going to go towards A right now. It's a good call here from Ents. If they go up short, there's 2 players waiting for them.
Sanji and Kickert ready for war. Diha, more impact from him. Sanji lines up 2. Bomb to be planted. Rotate in, 1 mid, 1 library. Yikinda not dead yet. Turns the potential of a flash. Smoke, re-smoke on library. Gets a second of vision. Oh, gets his crosshair in the right place. Diha's tracer fire builds a bit of an image of his cross to pit. Buster perhaps not ready for it. Oh, just dropped the flames. Diha with more of a chance, and he's on for the ace. All 4. Pulling ends, kicking and screaming into a 6th round.
This is a chance for Yikinda to do financial damage, right? If he hangs around here and takes these 2 kills, or at least tries to keep him honest, you could feel the flow and effects of that going forward. But backing off, wants to hold on to the AK-47. Money is good over in the VP camp. They should be able to make this buy work. James on the low end right there with the 1,400 loss bonus coming through, but you've got Kickit there with 9.2, so there shouldn't be too many dramas whatsoever.
Yeah, it's
All
super rare to see that Hay Bale's peak workout. Look at the way he moves over here.
Yeah, because the movement's so clunky, right?
It's super clunky.
Janky.
And especially because you are, you're super exposed to pit, mini pit, bulk. You're so vulnerable to that side of the map. He takes the gamble and it works. They were both leading side. Really nice shots. And ENCE needed that. I mean, we need to see that 3 times over before I'll start building any sort of picture other than VP running towards Train. Let's have a look. Alu, look to take a bit of an aggressive line. Anti-flash is good, takes an aggressive line, and now smoked before anybody's interested in taking a fight.
That's enough to dissuade them from Banana, I think. There's 3 players over there this time round, and Yakinda with the onslaught of bullets.
Look at him. Look at the confidence. To have a player be able to say, straight after all of that utils exchanged, Banana's clear. I threw my body on the line, and now I can park Jame on his half wall and support where needed. At the moment, they're just hanging out in spawn. ENCE have not put any pressure anywhere.
And this could work out all right for them, especially if they head back towards B, where Yakinda is on the jiggle peak. Jame will swing if a flash comes in, but still, the house of cards could fall apart.
Perfect. Baited in, and they get their early man advantage.
Now they drop on back, 57 seconds on the clock, and ENCE have to operate a man down. They do have Banana control, however. They're also working on top mid, so key bits of real estate being picked on up, and if they could thread the needle with a mid to B play...
Everything's covered. Everything's covered with jiggles or bullets. Flash for his repeak. It's perfect team play. Again, Doto just a sitting duck, screen full white. VP always ready to fight. 15. Seems like a certainty here, Chad.
Look how safe they're playing towards pit as well. They're ready for this short play.
Sanji can jump on the box as soon as Kickit's kind of either died or done damage. Snappy pressures on the Buster. Common to be forced out of position into the site. Spinks takes space. Bit late now. They're up short with 10 seconds. They need these frags now. Kickit saying no. Nice shot in the grand scheme. It's nothing. Goes for another quickie. 15. VP looking to rush through this first map.
Yeah, money here for ENCE for the final round, or what could be the final round of play. They'll drop a couple guns across, they'll make this buy work, and all in all, just stifled after losing that opening pick. You could see, if they want to play this slower style, you almost need to make sure that when you're taking that territory back, you're not losing a man. If they took Banana back there, if Jame misses his shot, he's flashed off the line, you get Banana control, you get top mid control, now we're talking. But being a man down against VP, who are playing like this, fantastic performances out of Buster and James so far.
I think I'd be more frustrated. It's much easier to just say, yeah, well, one of the probably the best top 10 players in 2021. Yakinda dropped 60 in the series.
Just kept running down Banana. We couldn't do anything about it.
That would be much easier for me to explain. But now I've got the whole VP squad all doing their job. And much harder to piece together or make excuses for. Nice shots, though. Just as the smoke blooms, he's going to take another head to finish this one off.
Snappy and Spinks, what do you got for us?
Ain't that the question?
I don't think there's too much they can do in this situation. No Banana control. They haven't taken top middle. They're working with not a lot. Snappy still only with this Tech 9 until he can scavenge a gun off the ground, and they're still fighting for Banana control. Buster can swing and peek at any time.
And Buster doesn't even need the help. There we have it. 16-6. Virtus.pro remind us that their Inferno is not to be trifled with. Looking fresh and ready to continue to keep their head above water in the elimination stage of our playoffs.
gotta love yourself. Already, let's go, 'cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again.
Yeah, it's been a rough last year for my career. It was a lot of going back and forth between teams. So I'm happy to finally have found a home where I feel comfortable. I trust the org and the players, and I believe that they also trust me. So I think this is going to be a good journey, and I hope to be here for a couple of years and do ends proud and get some really good results, because that's pretty much what I want. I just want to have success, and I'm sure that ENCE is the correct place for me. It's been an amazing 1.5 months here so far, and I think the next years are going to be very, very good also.
The matchup, the start is clear as day, right on time, everything hunky-dory. We're looking at VP picking up the first map of the series, 16-6. Not really easy for ENCE now, is it, Gasad or Yanko? Whoever
No,
else.
definitely not. I think it was a really routine job from VP at the end. I mean, the T side was relatively under control all the time, and banana control was like always there. The game plan was executed relatively easy, you can say that. And then on the CT side, it was just finishing up what they did so far. I was like kind of surprised that ENCE managed to kind of stabilize during the mid half of their first part of the game, but it's just VP just ran away with it.
Yeah, straight up. And I think we can run away with the head-to-head comparison right now just to kind of show it all out there. Now that, you know, we know the outcome of the match, but we know that sometimes we have to put them head-to-head. So we got Buster and we've got Spinx. Now, bussin' is what Buster was doing.
Yeah, he was what we have here, head-to-head 84 ADR for Buster, alongside 51 for Spinx, and just shows like how more structured here VP was. And I think like I said, everything they wanted to execute, they managed to do it with this banana control all the time. We had a couple of slow rounds there. For VP, but you can expect that from them. You know, that's just the way they play.
Yeah, they do like the clock.
They're also going head-to-head a lot, actually, on the server in Banana, right? Buster is the T side, Banana player, Spinx holds B, so, you know, Buster coming out on top in a lot of those fights, and it just tells you how things started going wrong for ENCE from the start. Just like having to save in the first 2 gun rounds, really, after a single entry kill.
Ugh, that'll make you go oof. Let's take a look at what you got, Yanko. I think we're focused on the buys.
Yeah, it's like the first gun round going for banana control. There's more to banana control than just like taking it, right? So I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. This is all sped up a bit. You can see ENCE is trying to fight for banana, right? A lot of back and forth going on, flashes, nades, molotovs, right? And eventually they do manage to get, as you just saw, they managed to get Buster to fall back, right? Spinx is in a deep position, Snap is there with him, and now they're like, okay, cool, we have banana control. Spinx is going to fall back a little bit into a more defensive position. They're going to rotate into 4A, right? And he's going to play at this half-wall position. So what happened is, look at this now. Look at the utility that's left on the side of ENCE. Specifically, look at the utility for Spinx, no nades, Snappy, the other B player who's going to be rotation. He only has a flash to help him out. So look at the time as well on the top of your screen, right? There's more than a minute left. Banana control doesn't mean anything here, right? Like, if they gave it to, especially a team like VP, if they just fell back, like, they also have a lot more utility. Look at this. Like, they can try to take banana control any way they want. They can throw the smoke from T-spawn for CT spawn on B and just rush banana, right, with 4 guys. So that was the problem for them. And you can see what happens later on. So this is the setup that you want to have. 4 guys towards a Spinx alone, right? And he makes a mistake that this B player can never make. You can never just get caught and instantly die, right? You know, even if he had a smoke, it wouldn't have changed the situation for him, but he gets caught by James over peeking on an info peek, basically on a shoulder peek, right? And what happens is Snappy tries to rotate, but VP just knows like that's the setup that they were going for. They know by the fact that he was just shoulder peeking that he is most likely alone, or at least they take the risk that he's alone. They just fully commit one smoke and that's it. Snappy doesn't even try to go for it. Look at these dudes. They're just like, yeah, let's just try to play for the next round. That's it. One kill, your round's over. And sure, you save 4 guns, you play the next round, and that saved Ants a little bit. Like they had a lot of money because they were just saving, so they could keep buying even though they were losing rounds. But VP's economy was also really strong. They could also keep pre-buying, and it just all went wrong from the very beginning.
And VP stayed just ahead of the pack right here. Even though we go to a map pick here from the side of Ints, it's undeniable at this point that VP are in control. Can they continue that same rooting? We're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back with the next map of this series here, the playoffs for the ESL Pro League Season 13.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, or I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
I think this whole matchup right here is the David versus Goliath.
Yeah, I think, well, obviously Liquid is going to be overwhelming favorites, and I think this would have to be such a massive upset for Ents to pull this off, and we've seen him kind of do it. 18-16, Ents about to knock the North American hopes and dreams out of this major.
Alu, 32 kills to his name, gonna add another one, and here's Alu with 2. This could be all she wrote for Liquid. Alu chipped in for a third, 20 seconds left, and a fourth. Ents have done it. They pulled off the upset.
Ents eliminates a tournament favorite right at the start of the playoffs.
Call it a virus, but we call it the antidote. It's an answer to silence. The future is here to revolt.
Sometimes I like the way you try, even though you know you will fail. Sometimes I give you hope before I take it all away from you.
ESL Pro League is brought to you by Gaming Malta, Intel, US Air Force, 1xBet, and DHL.
Season 13, we're into the playoffs of ESL Pro League. We have 12 teams to start us off, and already waved goodbye to 2 of them. A third now on the chopping block. No Liquid, no FPX, and maybe ENCE. Train, our second map. It is their turf though, Chad, and they're looking to defend their honor upon it.
And if we're looking at the stats, if we're checking all the numbers, this is their best map. This is their best shot. They've gotten exactly what they wanted here today, ENCE. Going up against a VP who's looked a little bit spotty on Train in recent form.
Yeah, okay, so what? 3 wins, 3 losses.
Yeah.
Not too bad, not too shabby.
Those losses are to Gambit, Astralis, and Na'Vi. So the big fish.
Ah.
Yeah, it might be a tough one here, and the 1xBet odds do reflect that as we get underway with what is looking like a bit of a B hit. Utility on Snappy, there's a only in the hands of Doto. Whether that comes out early or late, still to be answered. James looks like he's about to take some contact and peppering away Spinks. He won't be repicking that anytime soon.
They still want to push the issue. Snappy dropping util. Flashes do give them space.
Retake setup.
It is. And they're already up Speedway. This is what he wants to hold. That's what he's responsible for. And already, with their powers combined, have found an early frag. ENCE, a pistol here would be exceptional. Trying to go above and beyond. Spinks caught in that CT crossfire. It is that setup, and there goes the kit. If Snappy finds another, which he has, the round falling apart for Virtus Pro. Snappy popping heads. Yakinda caught through Z, and with their powers, Ziha, Diha, and Snappy, they convert themselves a pistol. A much needed one. T-side Train to be picking up the pistol in the opening few rounds. You're going to have half of your, haul in the opening 6.
Yeah, exactly. If they can convert this one here, but appears VP want to contest. Jame into a scout. There's being a Deagle purchase for Buster. The same can be said for Yakinda, Sanji, and Kicker, who've all got some utility on their side belt as well. This will not be easy for ENCE by any means. Galil's AKs, Mac 10 for Alu, see if he can farm up that AWP nice and quickly, but it will be a 5-man yard lean out the gates here from VP. Nobody babysitting that B bomb site, feeling they can rotate over in time. Standard smokes coming out, 5 lane. Flashes are plenty, and now they'll have to rotate back towards B because as we can see, Kicker's about to have a lot of action. No one's going to be there in time. If they executed any of the next 5, 10, even 15 seconds, it doesn't look like anybody's moving to help out Kick It.
It's a great call. Ali's thrown out late smoke to keep them there. Now I think that's their cue. Kick It. Unprepared for this. He drops his smoke just in the nick of time and forced further back, trying to buy time. They're into the site. Shouldn't be much more to be said here. ENCE got Spinks posted up above the smoke. No issues. They haven't lost a single player here. The scout is going to land some tags. Might want to keep that in play for the next. Just have another bite of the cherry into the third.
Yeah, very clear indication of where ENCE want to finish in these rounds. Bullying this B bomb site out the gate 2 rounds in a row. Hello's above, Pop, Sanji below. This might be a bit of argy-bargy if either oversteps their bounds. Buster and Jam going over towards Ivy to save. So the next bit of action we should be having, if any, will be this fight right here. Rush, who's going to win it? Sanji or Alu? Or Spinks?
No one is going to peek anyone in this situation.
Is that a Rush guarantee?
That's a guarantee, unless...
No, no, you can't say it's a guarantee unless...
No one's dying here. Guarantee it.
I guarantee it's Dolphin free, Rush.
Yeah, that's true.
Watch Seaspiracy.
Yeah.
Hashtag...
Plastic in the tunables.
And they
That's
didn't...
the one.
I still can't believe they didn't call it conspiracy.
Yeah.
Seaspiracy, like, what are you doing? Like,
I think they had
you
another
didn't give
one.
it 5 minutes thought.
Yeah, but they did have another one. They did a couple years earlier called Cowspiracy.
Well, I do hate that, yeah.
Yeah, so you can see.
Yeah, what could they call that one?
I don't know.
A bovine
I didn't watch
spiracy.
that one.
No, that doesn't really have a
I just watched the one about the ocean.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we go again.
The animals are leaving us.
The planet's dying.
But does it really matter? It's just you and me. 2K is all they've got in their bank accounts, and they're keeping what little pennies they could muster from
A.
the second round. And Chad, yeah, you're bang on.
E. And we don't go any further in the alphabet than that.
They say CS attracts a certain type of person. It's the people that get stuck on C.
Yeah, well, we go up to 16, and
that's all we've got.
This shouldn't be too much traction by any means. Into the site, Dihar looking hot to trot, grabbing a couple of free scalps there, and it's just Sanji to find everybody alive for ENCE.
Dude, how many deaths have they got? One.
That means, ready for this? VP have 1 kill.
Damn, Chaddy with the number crunching. Okay. Not just a pretty face, everybody. See,
Tough around here.
Got some more flexing to be done, as does Alu. He's got himself the AWP. Now, there are a few AWPers that I have a distinct confidence in for these Ivy plays, and Alu is someone, I swear to God, every single time I watch ENCE play Train, Alu consistently a thorn in that Ivy sign. May not be the first, as Spinx is straight out all off, or at least considering it. Does cross main, lingers, interestingly enough, to try and punish anyone wanting to work on that cross. Sanji, the aforementioned, he's gone. Eliminated. Spinx with a huge entry frag for ENCE in order to extend their lead. This is double AWPs. If you knock VP on their ass and they don't save, Chad, this could hurt. And they're coming in Ivy. All of that attention drawn. Buster's not ready. And there goes the first of the 2 AWPs. Yakinda trying to save the day, but he's so low. He'll be finished off by Spinx, and another from Spinx. This is his round, and he dominates.
Oh, dearie me. No, Molotov towards that main position in the early stages gave Spinx all the room he was looking for, and now it's just Jame.
Brutal.
I think he's going to want to do his very best to hold on to this, but considering how this game has started, ENCE, if I'm Snappy, I'm telling the boys, get there, chase him, take this AWP away. Let's not let him hold on to a goddamn thing. They're off to a flyer here. That's only 2 kills in the first 4 rounds of play for VP.
That could be a fun game mode. It could be called like James Save Simulator, and you keep getting put into random maps.
Okay, and you have to find
bombs already down, and you're the 4 Ts that have to find. You play. You know, it's like one of you is playing Jame, the rest of you in the server are playing the Ts.
It's like Where's Waldo?
It's like it's like prop hunt, but it's Jame.
Okay.
You know, like Jame hunt.
All right, I'm sure someone could code that.
Yeah.
Casey Foster's probably listening. He could make that up.
Yeah.
Whip that up in an afternoon.
Sick.
All right, well, bomb goes off. Jame will hold on to his AWP. At least they have that big pointy weapon to work with going into the next. And with the max loss bonus, VP can go for a partial investment here. We can get some Deagles out, maybe a scout, something a little bit spicier. But this was it, right? No molly to dissuade him early. When you play Train, you want to have full util. If you want to deny that main push, you see a lot of teams throw that close molly. If not mollies, they double nade, they get flashes. They make sure that players can't just limp on out and stand there for that type of a fight.
So are you saying and you suggesting that Spinx wouldn't have gone for that if he knew they had full util? I rarely see players stop at that Train.
It could be in the way that VP like to go for this main control because they love the deeper molly. They like to get in there and fight.
true.
So containing them deeper, they actually want them to wait in main. So it might just have been an approach. It also might have been that low on util because VP were off that first gun round. We'll see how this story develops. But 2 players towards the B bomb site out the gate here. Jame is actually in limbo. He's just pushed on in towards the low ramp. And as we can see on the radar in the top left of your screen, there's nobody coming his direction. So this early contact and these early hits from Snappy and he's calling towards that B bomb site has already forced Jame to go for a bit of a gamble like this. If he was rotating right now around in yard, searching towards Ivy
Yakinda's
main.
checking in. Like, they really are concerned for those B punishes.
And that's one of the things, right? If you've watched any of VP games recently, there's been a lot of them hitting B as well as them getting hit on that B bomb site. If you play retake as a CT and you're unable to come through and clear all the lanes as a team and have your utility left over, it just becomes a bit of a biff, right? A real brawl around connector and CT spawn. But this one here, wow, as the clock runs on down, 47 seconds remaining, a little bit of Ivy presence. The bomb on Snappy's back. If Buster can just delay this push, might be onto something here. It's going to be a late outside pincer.
Yeah, James going to be trying to corral them as well. Like, backtracks. 30 seconds. They can lose the bomb here. This is getting a bit
dicey.
sketchy now.
Very dicey.
ENCE, the advantage,
25.
weaponry. They really do have to make this count. Spots one. Jane will pull the trigger. There is only an AWP in play. Diha would need to find him now, and he has 15 seconds. They spring to life. Kickit springs to action on the flank, and he needs that head.
Oh,
does
Kickit!
Find Alu. Only Doto now, and Yukinda will finish the job. Ents 4 in a row, but they fall at the final step.
And VP didn't even do anything in that round. They weren't aggressive anywhere. They didn't try and poke or prod as a team. They were kind of just hanging back, watching positions with these pistols, hoping the hit would come towards that B bomb site. And then as they've rotated off of this Ivy contact, everybody's chimed in for a frag or two. Stuff from Buster. Yukinda in the flurry of this one finishes things off. And not the way I thought VP would be winning their first round here, but a big one to get.
No, and I think that's going to definitely be a sign of the times for Ents, of all your hard work. To have that gimme stolen from you, it's going to leave a mark. We talked about that deep molly. There's a prime example.
Yeah, so Spinks might try and punish that a little bit in the future. Diha's just lined up a real interesting Ivy smoke as well. So lots of pressure going on as Buster. He had a chance.
Hard to keep track of. Credit to Rush for keeping us all immersed.
And Ivy faking over to B.
Yeah, that sounds like the plan. How quick do they pop, though? That's going to be determining whether or not Yukinda's there in time. Jame does look towards the upper area. They got 2 feet planted. Yukinda is rotating in as well.
Jame has a molly, a smoke, a HE.
Oh, it doesn't look good. This is going to be tough for the Ent squad to break. Util will be a big determining factor here. And it's all a fake. It's all a ruse. Sanji, very stubborn.
I feel they will go back towards B, right? This is just a double pump to milk out that Util, and they were successful. Got rid of James Molly, still has the smoke in the HE. And they're still congregated above Pop Dog here with all of their forces right now, and they're forced into this hit.
And they've got smoke on ramp. They're going to have to push through that. It couldn't be better for Kickit.
Here comes Diha's flash.
The flash.
It's deep.
It's so deep. Kickit has vision. Oh, and they're just sitting ducks. Snappy needs to swing in. It's too easy for him. And the bodies keep getting lined up. Ents, the late hit, deterred.
Yeah, they're just going to get out of here. They're saving on this one. Sanji might want to push up the punish. Spotted now.
It's information at least. Sanji yet to do much, but you can see he's been active throughout.
Okay, well, they will get to hold on to this AWP and AK-47. Money is decent over there for the likes of Spinks. Dodo's got a bit. Snappy will need a drop. Diha can help him out. But they should be able to get another gun round going here. And so that's 2 on the trot now for VP, bouncing back after the pistol round, the conversion, the eco, and, well, then the first gun round. But yeah, you could see there, it just seemed very messy. They denied with that util. I don't know if Ents wanted to go on that initial pop or if they wanted to bait util. Either way, they were unable, even, third time's the charm, to get in towards that B bomb site. I think that Buster on the secondary AWP, I liked what he was doing on Inferno, right? He was doing a little bit over there and having varied success of it. Towards Ivy, it's a different beast. They've even got both AWPs over towards the back of the green train right now. Yukinda, reconnaissance mission. He's going to clean out towards that sandwich area and, well, Kickit. He's going to need help quickly again here, I think, Alex.
Yeah, as soon as it's smoked, I mean, you're on a timer, right? You know upper swing could come in. Kickit's clearly called for help.
They've gone quick.
Yeah, this is much quicker. Kickit readies for war. Flames deployed. Flash as well. Looks good on the spray. Spinks and Snappy go 1 for 1. Ents need to flood into that site now. Snappy begging to get the bomb down. Smokes will aid his advance. 3 here to contest. Doto on oil. And Jame losing his life. The dunk onto Snappy. We still trade blows.
Flanking.
This is hard with a double AWP retake. Buster still has his. Trying to provide overwatch. Doto does have the element of surprise here as he wraps around. Diha can find it as well. And he will.
They're both at the bomb.
Oh no, and Yukinda's already caught one. They can defuse. Doto's got to close the gap. Sanji losing his life. The Finn pressured now. Needs to hit it now. He's on the bomb. He's on the defuse. The spray. It's just a second too late. Agonizing for Doto. Did a lot of the heavy lifting there. Stolen away from the defuse from Yukinda.
Oh, that was a tight round. The flank from Diha was well timed there. He was able to assist the teammates, but as soon as the player closest to the side, I'm not certain exactly who it was, goes down, it's not planted for them, right? Yeah, just the margins for error right there. Tiny. Doto will drop around. That's the 3rd for VP. Both teams will be able to buy again, so this is still on a knife's edge here. Could fall either way.
It's tense. VP playing some good Counter-Strike here, and ENCE are going to have to match them. Big T round now. You've got all the bells and whistles. Alu1 is a WP. And Diha the one to take a bit of a risk, take a bit of a damage though, but Crosshair couldn't have been better. And he's taken down Yakinda. A huge scout, but quickly equalized. James, very nonchalant in his execution. Oh, a miss. A big miss.
And a
Alu
door.
will be caught. Does find Sanji on the reaggress. And look at the tiniest gap around the smoke for Buster. That's the Ivy player taking 2 down on Pop. Oh, brutality. Just as the advantage was seized by ENCE, it's snatched right back. Bomb could be planted. Kick it late to Pop. He won't be able to stop this. And Alu to provide the overwatch. Good setup so far from ENCE. You can see they're in the right place to be passive from the Pop flank, main flank, etc. Safe from the molly as well. That's beneficial. Not the flash. They don't move on it. James is coming on Old Bomb, and Snappy's angle reveals him to the rest of VP, pushing in from IV, and another one from Snappy. Kick it a little bit too late for this one. Would dream of the nade kill. And just looks to hold it. Up the ladder, faked around, and oh, nice try. All things considered, Alu is the one to save the day.
Oh, will he go down with the bomb? He's just alive right there. Good impact from Alu. 2 kills for him in that round.
It's huge in the grand scheme. Take a look at VP. Only a couple of them. This is what happens when you keep buying into those second orbs and you keep having to at least buy one. Alu, the shadow advantage on that peak from Sanji.
Yeah, it felt like Sanji should have either known that he was still close and just swung out and made that kill a bit easier, or dropped on back, because they got away with a nice trade in the early stages. Buster's double was nice, and ice in the veins here from Alu. Didn't freak out when he saw him still sitting on the bomb. Took his time, knew exactly where that timer was at, and VP will force on in at 5-5.
Oh, he's flashing for James. And this time, Alu is prepared. This bodes well. Very well. That was the hero weapon. He's going to do everything in his power. Oh, dear. Punished, pushed. That orb's not going to see much action, but the Deagle of Yakinda is maybe a second. Alu keeping ENCE safe. And they're all wrapped up tightly into another round on the board for the international roster.
Well, they could win this half now. Buster needs to try and hold on to the M4. He takes down Diha, but there's more around him. Down Pop coming fast. Spinxel had offered up the same fate. And maybe they'll let him hold on to this one, but that little pace change from ENCE, they seem a bit more explosive, you know, taking a couple more fights. And now they're actually set up with the money situation of VP to potentially walk away with 7 rounds. Now, we've already seen them drop against an eco and a saved gun. If Buster holds on to this, might be more of that fate, but yeah, that was a great find there from Alu off the bat. Yakinda did what he could. Kick it's a madman. He just run into flames. I want the orb.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably their win condition, really, with the investment they made.
I wonder how far ENCE are going to be able to push them here on this T half. 6 is already very good.
6 is dreamy, and you know, I considered that 6 to be mostly obtainable off the break. So finding 4, now they've strung together 2.
Oh.
Nasty one for Kick It, couldn't even cock it.
It's a nice shot.
But ENCE prevail. 5 now to ENCE's 6. It's their map, and they have a distinct advantage into this one. Should be 7.
Zeus for James. It's not the most exciting thing on the board right now, but
I mean, maybe we have a Buster hero moment.
A couple.
You'd need, yeah, exactly, a couple. They smoke main early.
Oh!
Has got Zeus.
Yeah, the Zeus out. Maybe a bit of a different story. Well, the jig's up, James. How long are you going to hang around here for? That smoke also won a bit of a timer. And they've kept Buster close main, so he'll need to find this kill onto Alu if they want to pick up any weaponry. Alu does not want anything to do with the close pistols. As this gets cleared on out, James can at least rotate towards the B bomb site, but ENCE haven't made up their mind just yet. You can see here Buster just really unawares of where they could be whatsoever, and goes towards the smoke. He's taken down Diha.
A little gap.
But they know where the rifle is now.
Manufactured gap. But the bomb's so far away from that B site.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's actually kind of viable. Seems super viable.
Doto's going to swing close as well.
Oh, it's perfect from James. Electrocutes Doto. ENCE, you can't concede to the USPs. It's happening. Snappy's already caught one. A silence bullet to the dome. Buster, if you peek out now, you give it to Alu. Can he clutch up? Disaster has struck again for ENCE. And now it's Alu looking crispy on the Deeg. AWP on his back as well. They don't have armor. Maybe that pistol will be enough of a separating factor. The bomb's still loose on the catwalk. 20 seconds, they peek out, and Yakinda will seal the deal. VP steal a sixth away from ENCE.
Oh dear, I did say that they've already won one with a saved rifle and just some pistols behind it. That one is much uglier. The one that they did it the first time round with Jame on the AWP, at least a big green on train, but here it's Jame with a Zeus and Doto. You run around the corner, you see that in your face, you're going to be thinking, oh dear.
That is brutality from VP.
Rough one to lose.
Yeah,
VP now, though, they really need to make sure they convert off the back of that. ENCE are down to pistols themselves. VP need to be looking to get this one, need to be grabbing the 7th. Same opening smokes. Snappy trying to make room for his team, who are barreling down Ivy very quickly here onto Buster with the secondary AWP.
They want to pressure him. James there in support. An AWP crossfire, no less, as he pops the melon of Spinks' shoulders. Hello? And goodbye. VP, you said they had to be clean with it. Well, it doesn't get much cleaner than that. All 500 health remains.
All right, well, they're making the buy work over there at ENCE. Doto's just dropped an AWP for Alu. Make sure he has enough money to afford that one, and away we go with another gun round. But it will be another timeout here for ENCE. They're second within this first half of map number 2. And we mentioned that this is their best map on paper. You look at it statistically since this roster's come together, ENCE and Train, they've gone pretty well together. Quite a nice little mixture. And if they wanted to take this to 3, if they wanted to push a team like VP, this is the map to do it on. Now 6 on the T half. You're not going to sneeze at that. You're not going to scoff at that whatsoever.
It's competitive. It is. It's just that it's so odd to not only be not complaining about the scoreline, but also have lost 2 saved rifle rounds.
Yeah, like you think how good the half could be otherwise. I think that is
that's the
key
toxic
factor,
thought
right?
process. Yeah,
it's like if we just didn't mess up those rounds, we were 90-10 to win.
Talking about 9, we could be winning a pistol. We could already be setting our sights on that run to the finish line. Now a very grueling Train game ahead of them. This is going to be a very telling sign of just how big of a gap VP will have into the second half. ENCE can, once again, still convert the half here and take the win. Spinks has fallen into this trap. I've seen VP punish this before, but this time Sanji's the one that gets caught unawares.
Having a rough go of it, Sanji. Only 1 kill.
That's a dream opener for ENCE. Nade damage from Yakinda. Oh, and the flash is eaten.
Oh!
Into Spinks, though, and the frags keep coming. Very sharp individual is Spinks. Good to see that tier 1 CS rubbing off on him.
Going back towards B. Right now up through the box halls.
Pushing on it, Buster. Given a gift.
Problem is 2 of these players are still very low, and Kickett's hearing noise, Alex.
Yeah, good use of the incendiary. They won't be able to push off the back of that flash. Diha does come out to extend their advantage. Buster gone, Jame isolated. Oh, and Diha wraps up the round. They can go right back to A. Kickett locked in. Start his box halls flank. Doto, though, surely going to be cognizant that there is a potential lingering CT. May not be considering the box halls route, though.
I think Kickett should get this one for free if he continues to push forward here, but might be sticking to his guns, and that's given Doto a chance. And the kill. 7, and that's the 2 stars. Spinks and D-Hart chiming in for 4 of the frags, and one at a time they came towards main, as simple as you like on Sanji. After the flash, Yakinda didn't want to make too many footsteps, goes in quietly, gets his dome taken off, and then D-Hart, the lurky boy, laid on out, taking down the 2 big scalps, the double AWPers, Jame and Buster, denied. As we hit 7-7, ENCE can walk away with the lead at halftime. And remember, this is elimination. This is the playoff bracket. You lose here and you're out. You win this one, you'll be playing the winner of Na'Vi versus Complexity.
Oh, it doesn't get easier. Doesn't get easier.
Absolute gauntlet.
It is a gauntlet. Spinks opens up the account. Sanji again put to bed. Kickett, another casualty, looking fantastic now for ENCE to win this T-half. Jame trying to stand his ground. He's lost an awful lot of health for the first exchange. Buster pushing in for more.
I think he's been spotted.
Or at least a shadow. Yeah, you can see it. Look, edging ever forward. Alu knows where you are. And a deagle to the side puts him down. James a dead man walking. Alu's got his number. And the flames send him up the ladder into Diha. Lovely stuff. ENCE proving their worth and their value and their capabilities all wrapped into one T-side here on Train. They've weathered the storm of some brutal losses, 2 rounds they'd rather forget, but overall, 8 on their T half of their map pick. This is the competitive scoring they were looking for. Nikinda with no kit and 4 to find. I believe the odds are just a little too stacked against him. He'll do his mightiest. But time so far gone. Hasn't been given a thing. 8 for ENCE. They'll take the T half. No complaints, I'm sure. VP looking to wrap this one up in 2. Do they have it? Do they have it in the tank on the attack? We'll find out after the break. We're rocking and we're rolling with the second half of your second map for your first series today, playoffs. It is cutthroat from here on out. You win, you're in, you lose, you're out. Simple as that. Keep chasing those best of threes. If you did top your group, you've been given a little bye. The likes of Astralis, Gambit waiting in the wings. But first, you've got to weather this bracket. VP, well, they did pick up the first. Admittedly, though, ENCE proving why Train was their pick. I'm Machine, and I've got Chad Sponge Birchall here to break it all down for you.
Oof. This 1x bet odds getting a little bit closer now. ENCE are closer as well as Alu's just completely cleared out Ivy.
Yo, that was their nades, dude. Sanji had like smokes and flashes. It's gone.
Oh dear, and Alu's going to continue to fight right here. Trying to corral them over towards this B bomb site with his 3 ENCE players in wait. And Alu just standing, ready to fight. The USP, knowing at this range, he has all the liberties
Look
in the
what
world
it's
to do
done
so.
to kick it. Like, look at the angle he's holding on his T-pistol.
So right now, Buster is the only player over towards B, right? He has a P250 and he's searching for a kill. He needs to find a little bit of info about what setup they're dealing with. Snappy, as soon as one player spots him, that nade will be landing on Buster's head. This setup for Ents is looking pristine.
This is nice. This is nerdy. Here it comes. Oh. Snappy's just mad that Spinks has stolen his stylish nade from him.
Yeah, but this might just peter out right now because VP, they're so split up across the map. Sure, one in Pop, one in White Walls, and one out main. But even still, they need some kills. Ents have this under control.
Yukinda's known to turn these rounds on his head.
Is it a Yukinda surprise?
It could certainly be. Ents will have to watch out for the choking hazard. And it's not looking great. Yukinda losing his teammates. He's being shot at from every different direction. The clean shots come in, and James pivots off to try and
he might get a plant.
A plant out of it. You're brave, dude. There's 3 of them here. Ready, set, and strafe. Da-la-da. Oh, damn. Okay, James, maybe one more headshot would have done it. Need something. Okie dokie. No chokey tonight. Ents 9.
Can you smell that, Alex?
Smell?
Can you smell it?
What can I smell?
A third map.
Yeah, well, it's definitely in the airwaves.
I know that's just the pistol round that they've lost right there, but as mentioned, and I'll do it again, this is Ents' best map. If they're going to close anything out, it will be on the CT side of a map like Train, and VP yet to buy. That shows the indication. Might be a little bit of a save coming on through.
Sanji having a nightmare as well. Now is not the time. Virtus.pro cannot afford to lose, their two-pronged assault. They can't lose Sanji, and they have. I mean, the fact that Ali takes him down as an integral component of the pistol is just a metaphor for just how bad it's been going for Sanji. That first half, look what he's got to show for it. 10 deaths and a single kill.
It was quite a tough CT side for VP, all things considered. When we talk about 2 of the rounds they won out of the 7 being those low-buy, one-gun save scenarios.
Yeah, you can see a preview of Harry's must-haves on his shopping list when he stays with ESL. Moisturizer and kitchen towel.
Okay, yeah, that does make sense. Never seen a kid use more kitchen... Actually...
Don't. Where you go with that, Chad?
No, I just used to work in a shopping
Oh,
centre,
okay.
so,
You're not talking about your messy housemate/colleague that you're forced to spend every waking moment with.
Yeah, but I don't know what you do in your room at the moment.
That's true. There's no salsa jars for me to drop.
Well, there is.
There is. I just don't...
Clean it up.
Clean it up. Just leave it there. Step over it.
I wonder today if my room will get cleaned.
Why wouldn't it?
I left the sign out the last 3 days and they haven't cleaned it.
Oh.
Maybe I'm being snubbed.
I think so. Because
always so nice.
They're just so excited the fact that I've actually put yes on the door.
They come on. Well, what's the room look like?
So excited to see.
Hello.
So this full eco, I mean, it would be very typical VP fashion to make this the round where they actually make some impact. Snappy, however, has got other plans. Only the one.
Plant would be nice.
It would be great.
Only the USP.
Yeah, and the USP isn't really cut out for the job. If Alu goes down, fortunately, Spinks is there to stop this from getting out of hand, and an important headshot stops anything from manifesting for Virtus.pro.
All right, no plant, no extra cash, but the money will still be there for the buy. And James, he can even buy his own AWP. Lucky him, 4.750 can go glass cannon. Alu, with the USP, made sure he had enough money coming into this round number 18, so the big greens will be out. James does go that glass cannon route. Utility will be a little bit light on, right? You can see here there's smokes, there's a couple of mollies, a couple of flashes. They don't have everything they need, so VP won't be able to get away with some of their slower maneuvers. Some flashes towards yard, give an indication to the CTs. You might have to be on your high horse. Ready to ride on in, help out Snappy, who's heard a footstep or two.
I think he dropped some steps to slow kick it as well.
Well, everyone's kind of paused as the CTs have been able to set up exactly how they like. One player in Pop Dog, one sandwich, Dodo towards green. They've even rotated Alu as the second man over towards B.
Where's the intent?
Yeah.
The bomb there.
It doesn't. We got no idea what's happening. They're just searching.
Okay, so my Counter-Strike analyst doesn't know what's going on. I guess I can feel slightly...
Well, okay, let's break it down this way. It's a bonus round scenario, right? You can see here a couple of MP9s carried on through them, maybe suspecting a little bit of aggression coming out, right? You want to make sure you deal with that first. And James is about to walk into Alu's AWP. Pre-aim's good. Oh, Alu's better.
Trims that lovely, long, luscious locks of James. Involuntary haircut from the AWP of Alu.
Now, to be fair, if VP don't get an opening kill through Jam on the AWP or Yukinda with his aggression, their T rounds look pretty rubbish.
Okay, so you're telling me that this
round's done. Yukinda and
over.
Jam are both dead. Let's move on to round number 19. Thank you very much. 25 seconds left. Taken no territory, taken no space. Lost 2 one-on-one duels, and that's the round over. Third one-on-one duel lost. Kicker gets one, so at least with 15 seconds left, they have something to smile about. This is VP's biggest undoing, right? Just for these late situations where they have no traction, they all die. That was just in vain, the last few attempts right there. They would have to hope the players lined up or gave them kills because there was no time, no kills, no space. And well, this is James losing his head right here. Look at that, just the tiniest little pixel popping on over. And VP, well, they're back on down into the squalors of what will be a partial investment. It's a set up very pretty. They've even gotten to the double ops themselves. Dota whipping out the secondary big green. Utility, look at it. It's brimming. Everything they possibly want. Kits are in play. It's just a couple Deagles, Tech 9. There's even a Glock for Sanji.
Have I used my quota of newbie questions for today?
No, you can keep going.
So if you're an AWPer like James and you know you're super deadly on the AWP, why on a round that you're probably going to lose and you're just being conservative with pistols, do you buy Kevlar with
Look
the
how
Tech
much
9?
money Sanji has.
Oh, I see. It's not
Yeah.
just his bank account.
Yeah.
Because it's...
So it's everybody's bank account. It's not
so
just James.
So wait, so you're telling me he gets to screw his own money so he can have more frags on the Force and still gets the AWP on the buys?
Yeah.
That's such a great life. Like, what a life,
Well,
man.
And he's also the in-game leader, so you kind of have to do what he says.
That's so sick. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and just buy a Kevlar vest because I might get an extra kill.
Rush, tonight when we play...
Can we try?
Rush, I want you to eco, the full eco. We'll all buy Deagles, and then you can...
Where are you
just have
going with
enough
that?
to drop us rifles.
Do we have time? Do we have a chance to play some CS tonight?
We might do.
Rush, are you being a human or are you up for some gaming?
I have to call my family and clean my apartment. After that, I'm ready to...
Okay, so you need about, what, 25 minutes then?
Maybe, we'll see. You know, sometimes things take longer, sadly.
I'm messing. You still haven't sent me a picture.
Oh yeah, I need to do a video. Oh, I'll tidy today. I'll
That's
send you a
it.
video today.
That's perfect. For anyone that doesn't know what's going on, Rush is living in my old Cologne house back in the day. And I still haven't seen how he's transformed it into a virtual reality gaming den.
It's true. He loves his old VR. Beast.
There's another one.
There's 20 seconds left.
No, but yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying, but James got an AK, dude.
Cool.
And Kevlar. Like, imagine if he didn't have Kevlar behind that AK.
This is the thing, right? This is not a map like Inferno where you can run from the top of Banana back towards the A site with 20 seconds on the clock. This is Train. If you're stuck at Ivy, he's literally saving an AK right now. So that loss bonus that you were talking about.
It'd be so cool if he had, like, an extra 2.5 in the bank account. Could be a Galil, could have been anything, but it is an AK he saves.
He would have been able to buy that anyway.
Touche.
Like, that's the most insane thing right there. He would have already been able to afford that. So, regardless, it doesn't matter. AWP will be dropped. It's all looking good.
Everyone's got everything they could desire. Now, Virtus Pro, as you highlighted, have had a bit of a volatile performance on Train, losing to the very best. Astralis was in that list. Gambit was in that list.
Na'Vi as well.
Na'Vi, okay, really, some of the big names. But Ents could be on that list as well. Now, this is a map that they have had no issues with. This is definitely the tippy top of their map pool, picking it here against VP in such a crucial game as well for your Pro League life. And they're fighting valiantly for it. It cannot be discredited. Spinks showing up in a big way when demanded of him.
They're going for a yard pop here, so you can see these smokes being lined on up. Spinks being close and D-Hard. They're the two men they need to get through first.
What a great smoke on main. Just as the first frag comes in, Yukinda's gone. The rest just have to respect it, staring at a grey screen. They've got time, that's not the issue, but the casualty is Yukinda's gone. And as Chad has been highlighting, and as I'm becoming more and more aware, as Jame and Yukinda go down, the round peters out into nothingness.
Yeah, this one's over too. They would have to give away the kills.
Yeah, Buster, I mean, maybe. With the 40 HP, though, too many targets. He gets overwhelmed as D-Hub peeks out at the same time as that Green Train AWP. And that leaves Sanji and Kickit on a wild adventure.
So Dust 2 next.
Have you seen Brother Bear? Should watch that.
Brother Bear?
Yeah.
No, what's that about?
Animated adventure. Hunter. Becomes a bear.
Becomes a bear?
Yeah. Don't know if that's spoilers. I think that's pretty much how it starts.
That's the whole movie.
But yeah, you know, you imagine... It's like if Chad, if you became like a League of Legends analyst for a day.
Okay.
You know, and the lessons you'd have learned and who you would have become because of that, you know?
Learn about the Wizards and the Pixies.
Exactly.
Yep.
So now you wouldn't be saying the Wizards and the Pixies because you'd have you'd experienced things different. You'd have eaten salmon raw from the stream and understood that they're not just vicious creatures.
Oh, okay.
They're actually
being in someone else's shoes.
Got it. Yeah, there it is. Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
They always have there's always some form of a message in their movies, isn't there?
Believe it or not, humans have been telling stories with messages in them for as long as we've had mouths.
Damn.
Yeah, we just do it now with pictures and flip books.
That's a long time.
Yep. Cave paintings, just spraying pictures of our hands.
This T-half is starting to look like a bit of a cave painting, so let's see if they can
Zug.
something a little juicier here, VP. 13-7, more aggression towards Ivy.
They like that. They did it basically straight from the pistol and just routinely taking this angle. And it does leave Sanji in a bit of a dire strait because he just either has to push it to confirm it or give them control.
They've given Ykinda a lot of space here.
Oh, you're right. And Spinks was not ready for it. A good chance. Doto does take him down. And testing the inner sight. Flashes are there. Snappy has vision. One's dropped. Alu needing to support somehow. Kickett's already hunting him down. Oh, great reaction. Snappy, that was Snappy. And he's not done. 17 frags for the Dane. He's leading by example. Diha, another quick, clean kill. Spells 14. And poor old Sanji's been having a bit of a nightmare of things. Well, cleanly execute just the one.
You think a team who likes to go so slow like VP would maybe consider getting Nuke in their map pool? Like if they're doing the smoke walls towards Yard, then they could be super lurky and real late round and very, very slow methodical play. Nuke might be one to consider because Train, oof, not looking good. Not looking good at all. 14-7 now. Money, well, max loss bonus, so you know what that means. 3,400 time and time again. Here's the scores on the doors for you. Spinks with a great one. Snappy as well. Diha having a good game.
I've been corrected. Thank you very much to SEO and Hawker. Shout out to Alex Hawkins. He was the one with the Ykinda stats, but just in 2021, just this is his CT stats. Admittedly, it's not perfectly relevant now, but I want to make sure I say it. Ykinda attempted the CT opening kill in a ridiculous 47% of his Inferno rounds over 8 maps.
Okay.
So 50% of the time, he's trying to take that first fight as a defender. Very, very interesting stuff. The stats back it up. Shout out to Hawker. Dude's been doing lots of interesting research. Worth checking him out on Twitter if you haven't already.
Wow, here we go. Some of the last attempts VP will have in map number 2. AK out for Buster. Pistols for the rest. There's utility to work with, and they will be buying again next round with the max loss bonus. So Sanji will be the one who delivered that AK. He's the one with $100 left in his bank balance, and he might be the one to go on down early again.
I will say that, you know, there are times in your life where you do have to be the Sanji, you know?
Oh, tell me about it. I was the Sanji.
Just a vending machine.
Not much fun as, oh, Ykinda's gone down, but they've made some space.
Yeah, and with this AK on Buster, there could be something to say. Kick at Steagle. Extends their advantage, and he pushes up to take not only space, but the weapon. Alu lets him, or struggles to shut it down immediately. For Sanji, then another bullet connecting from Alu's AWP, but nothing being missed. VP, a small chance, a small window of opportunity, only extended by James' flank.
Needs to get there soon though, James.
Buster's running out of opportunity. James does reveal the flank, and now you can see what it's done to Spinks. Oh, his head on a swivel. They can defuse. No way. He can't touch it. James would have to find some sort of brand new, innovative wallbang. It's just not going to happen. 10-second defuse right under his nose. It's a nice try. Good shots. Alu keeps them very honest, though.
That's the closest T-round they've had. This one right here was the closest T-round they had, and that was James getting a kill over the smoke towards Ivy and then making space over towards this B bomb site. But Alu, he didn't wince. You know, he didn't look pressured whatsoever. As soon as they deal with Buster here, that's the round done. James cannot do anything to contest. The best he could do was hold on to that AWP, and we get the guns back out, but it will be 8 on the trot needed to take us to overtime here, and it's not looking likely.
This is a well-drilled train team.
This is looking very good from Ents.
There is very few gaps, and the setup keeps changing. Kinder's going to try his chances. That's such a good flash.
Oh, he's made a meal of it.
No way. He doesn't go down. He gets nothing out of that. He's been kept very honest on this defense. Nades for Spinks. He's pushed up and should die here unless he drops his smoke. Quick reaction. Keeps him alive. The wallbang, he knows Kicker wants him. Damn, Spinks has done a lot of work there without actually a frag to show for it. It's Dina and Doto that have drawn blood. Sanji caught on the way back. Alu's definitely been refining those wrist flicks. 2 in a row, back to back. First kick it, now Sanji is victim. And yeah, VP, it's so funny how their T side on Inferno, when they can play it their way, and you can see how their understanding of the game is perfectly synchronized with, you know, their win conditions. And then it's funny when you jump to another map and you witness how it looks and feels when it's not as tight. Damn, the timing stops him before his feet touch the ground. Ents, remind us all that this is the Pro League playoffs. There's a reason they got themselves here, and they'll be pushing it all the way to our third map. VP Ents to be decided on a third.
First thing you notice.
Are you the biggest CSGO fan? Then look out for the DHL Drop Quiz and show off your incredible CSGO knowledge. Reply with the right answer in Twitch chat and track your position on our live leaderboard. Will you make it to the top and win €1,000 in prizes? Hashtag Gamers Unite.
Hey Future Pros, all aboard as we are back on train with another flash. This one is for Popdog and should blind or push any CTs away from the area. First step is to wiggle yourself into this corner, then crouch down and aim along this vent. Use mouse 2 on your RGB high DPI gaming mouse, and whoever is playing inside of Pop will not be having a good time.
Now Cirque has got to turn around. He's got players coming from every position but the Palace.
They didn't have anyone here, so they've got to bear it in mind. And now Cirque out with 2 is suddenly stripped this man advantage away. Carrigan. Oh, he is ready. I was going to say, oh my word, where's this come from? This was a 4-on-3. Nick Stacy trying to stand the test of time, and this Nick's not going anywhere.
And here comes the B play. This is what it comes down to. KNG looks to try and be the defender of the site.
The breaker of dreams. Rattled, Dupree, he rattles right back through the smoke. Oh my goodness! No! Dupree!
Boomich moving back into middle, and surely they don't expect this play. Oh, he may have just brained them hard, Harry. Double mollies though and double flashes. They could check this corner, and they should be able to trade, you'd like to think, but do they check it? That's the question. One goes by, and Boomich playing it like an absolute beast. He finds them both.
JW is back on the shotgun again, and Lahij is going to be up for the chopping block. JW anymore. Oh, he's found his second. Pistols blocked behind him is JW. He's going to draw his own. No knife for Stewie.
He's got it all to do, and he's stuck here. He's trying to play for time. Crims, the eyes of the world are watching, and this is where Crims might just do his best work. Shuts down everyone, just electronic, still defined, and there we go.
Roland once more close on ramp, has got to do it all.
Yeah, flashed in. Roland trying to deliver, and Roland gets 3. Oh, he takes them all down with him. You thought Brolin's heroics might be enough, and indeed they are. The ace for Brolin. There's just 2 players left to get past. Carrigan, an unknown entity, an unknown factor, flicks on down. Carrigan drops the bomb. 7 seconds, and he's done it. He's stolen it from Fnatic.
Pince and Virtus Pro. Here's your winning moment. It was pretty one-sided affair here on this map of Train. And, well, it would almost feel like this caught up with them. And that's exactly what we're looking at from the side of VP, who were absolutely silenced right here. But, you know, there's plenty of moments, and I think Alex puts it best when he says, there's just moments I don't think anyone's going to forget, or something like that. Did I get it right? Was it close?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, cool. Anyway, so he says all that, right? Well, we actually have another one with our DHL drop coming into you hot and fast. That is what we're going to jump into right now. We're going to be able to take a look at the question. You'll be able to answer with the corresponding choice. And here it is. When Rain scored his legendary 1v4 clutch with King1 against Virtus Pro, what place did the team end up getting? Now, you have just a few options there. It's going to be A through D. It is a multiple choice question. We can take a look at that clip, which I think we should do right now.
Neo, it's still a 2v4. If he just stays alive, he should have run into T-spawn and just waited for that bomb, and that would have been a big issue. But now it's Rain and Mikelele, 2v4 here, and Mikelele going to go down eventually. Neo to finish it off, and it doesn't look possible here. Rain gets 3 kills, though, and now 1 bullet left. The Patrick gets the quad kill. Are you kidding me? Rain, he picks up every single one and takes it to overtime. That is unreal.
1 HP.
How? I am so done. Like, how does this happen?
They keep on peeking. It was the same thing. Like, why?
A lot of voices right there. That's for sure, guys.
Yeah, and the old AK sounds, right?
Yeah.
It's just so ear-piercing.
It's different, you know, to really put things into perspective. Again, that's our DHL drop, so you can go ahead and get your answer selection and put it right in the Twitch chat, because that's where you're going to get yourself on the leaderboard. For us, the leaderboard now is kind of tied up 1-1, guys. We see Train, and I just want to kind of throw it out there to you. Is this one of those things where VP's slow T sides just caught up with him from ends?
I don't know. They didn't really start on T side though as well, right? They started on CT side, most favorite side. So for me, Ents played a good game. It reminded me of old Ents. They used to have a sick Train back in the day. The defaults were working out because people understand their positions, understand the timings. They need to walk out, they understand the splits and everything. And it worked out pretty well. They got 8 rounds, and after that, a pistol and the slow T-half, like you said, from VP. And it didn't really look that hard for Ents. I guess you can almost say it was easy for Ents.
Yeah. Easy for Ents? Okay.
It's good. We got exactly that here to show it, right? I think that's something that Alu brings to the team, despite not being the in-game leader anymore, right? Like that T-side on Train and the default. That's what happened in the first gun round. Basically, Spinks just taking advantage of an opening. You're going to see here, there's no molly from the CTs into T-main, which is something that's very usual that happens. And Spinks is just holding an aggressive angle here that they're really not expecting. Once he gets the entry kill, this is what Kasal was talking about. Like, now everyone understands where the gaps are. Dotto immediately goes down pop. You can see the 2 guys creeping Ivy because they know the attention is going to be towards Spinks and that T-mid area, right? So basically how it looks here is the pop player, he's going to play no matter what and draw more attention to himself. Spinks is trying to stay alive a little bit. Alu is holding the deep angle for him. And the Ivy guys, they're basically just sneaking at this point, trying to gain as much ground as they possibly can. And you're going to see as they're coming up, they catch Buster off guard. They're already close up. He tries to smoke Ivy off. That's when the rest of the players just start playing more aggressively as well. Coming out of pop is Dotto, and Spinks from Sandwich gets 2 more kills, and that's it. That's round over. And it's really important for this. All 5 players need to understand what happens once the entry kill goes down, who advances how much, and if someone else dies, how fast do you need to play on your side of the map.
Yeah, how fast do you need to react? And Kasab, we're going to look at these stats just for real quick, because if you look at them, you might say, wow, this can't be right. Yeah, this is only from the second half. So
Alu against Jay.
Wow,
almost double the ADR. But the thing is, like Janko said, basically he explained the whole round pretty much like I saw it as well. When you have your team, like from a coach's perspective, and you have your team understand the map like this, in the way Ents understood the Train on T side, you become a very dangerous team. You always can have a pocket stretch, you can have setups, you can have everything, but when your team is on this level of understanding of the map itself at the default, you become very dangerous and to your opponents.
And I have to say, the more I'm watching like VP play closely, the more I hate them. Like, just from the way I look at like Counter-Strike and stuff, like that gun round, first gun round, and James is just going for that crouch pop peek on Higher. He misjudges the angle, dies. Yakinder goes, tries to peek by himself out teammate. That there's like no, why isn't there some nade usage to, you know, draw attention to somewhere else and then you go for the peek? Why isn't there anything? It's just like, let's go one by one by one. We die, okay, we save. Next round, let's do it all over again. James gets the kill, okay, we probably win the round. And that's it. Like, oh, I know it works for them like fairly well, but it's just obnoxious to watch, man. Like, you know, and then they try the pop strat. It's obvious because they lost a slow strat. They're gonna change it up. Easy round for Ents. Like, I hope they change their approach a little bit for this third map.
It's a bit different even you're not hitting the shots, right?
Yeah, and you know, guys, you've had your shot. Now, we've tried to paint the best picture we possibly could for D2. Actually, we didn't even start to do that, but we do have the answer for your DHL drop. I did ask you to start doing that at the very beginning of the segment, and that is where we're going to give you the answer right now. If you chose A, it would appear as though that you are correct. So let's go ahead and jump into Dust 2. It'll be the next map of the series. Thank you for participating in our DHL drop. We go to a break, we come back, and we're going to find out which one of these teams is staying alive in the ESL Pro League Season 13.
Love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Don't fall out. I've got a trapper for every subject, and the trapper keeper holds them all.
Neat.
Really neat. With this Velcro close.
0.9% financing, the lowest ever from Ford. 1.9 on the #1 cars in the Northwest. 1.9 on Ford Escort. 1.9 on Tempo. Even 1.9 on the new 1988 Festiva. 1.9% or cash back. Get the lowest financing ever on the highest.
Slide back to the future, got my own time. It's different dope to feel right. Got my own high, don't need no lies. Sneaky bitches never ever act with zone eyes. Alright. You can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say. Just put the volume up in. We can see in the back, yeah. You can tell me nothing. Come back when you got something to say.
after these messages.
Disney World. But so is this.
When are you gonna get it? You were supposed to come 2 hours ago.
ESL Pro League is brought to you by Gaming Malta, Intel, US Air Force, 1xBet, and DHL.
Well, it's do or die for both of these teams, Virtus.pro and ENCE. They came this far, they got to the playoffs. But this next step, it doesn't come too easy. ENCE from Group B, and we're ready to see if they can be the best. Dust2, Virtus.pro, they've already fallen on train. The reverse sweep on the cards for ENCE. The international roster have impressed at times. It's been a game of, well, two stompy first maps, a 16-6, a 16-7. I've got Chad Birchall here to piece together what will be our last of the series. Dust2, I'm expecting a closer battle.
Yeah, and right here, VP won the knife, decided to start on the T side.
Interesting.
On the T side, they've headed straight in towards the lower dark. Alu in that Xbox.
You don't see this all too often, a full lower ton start. Off the Xbox smoke, yeah, I'll hear it. He showed his head. Oh, and another dead. Back and forth. Even trades. And Snappy readies for war. He can catch the Xbox jump up. He's paranoid about B, understandably. Don't have info there. D-Hut. He hears things. James baits out the peak of D-Hut. Confirms he's up there, and now they want to try. Oh, damn, D-Hut. Where'd you find this? Great shot.
Kick it has a smoke and a flash here, but Snappy's still watching.
Kick it spotted on the cross. He does have the util on him, so smoke for the mid. Could be the mid B pincer.
Well, they know Spinks is towards backup plat as well. Sanji just took some damage from him.
Good point.
There's nowhere to go.
None of their options are great.
Oh, the T-half woes still continue for VP here. 35 seconds left. They're going to barrel up Cat. Sanji late
long. 30 seconds, lads. Dia, he's been hitting every shot he takes, and no exception onto James. He's even ready for Sanji. Oh, back turn. Sanji's late long. Maybe he could find more, but over the smoke, kick it elevated. Good shooting. Kick it to come up clutch. It doesn't seem all too favorable. He's so loud about this, but the fight comes in, and now onto the last. Spinks stands up strong and secures it. VP, they make a lot out of a little there.
Got so much out of the tail end of that round. I thought D-Hut completely denied them any access, any excitement on the pistol round there, but ENCE will walk away with another. And that's a great way for them to carry that momentum of train on through. Now, in terms of Dust2 for ENCE, only 3 on record with this roster, but there's one that sticks out like a bloody sore thumb. A 16-9 victory over Vitality in the group stage. Now, you keep that in mind. Vitality aren't here. They didn't make it to the playoffs. ENCE did. That is one of the biggest scalps that ENCE have taken to get to this point so far. So let's see how much their D2 really hurts. Can they force a team like VP?
Sure. I will also highlight that from the group of death, Virtus.pro managed to get top 3. So, you know, they were in the stacked group. They were the 3rd team to qualify alongside Astralis and Liquid. Well, we just lost Liquid, one of the first 2 teams eliminated in this second stage of competition for Pro League. Now, it is a Deagle, and that is it.
Here we have a wild James, as you can see in his floricking grounds of T-spawn. He loves to spend every waking moment of rounds just here, crouching under the guise of Alu's scout and jiggle peeking and jumping, hoping for some form of contact so that his underlings can do the dirty work.
Yeah, they are. Ooh. They're a type of lings, maybe they're more like Zerglings with their Glocks. Just gonna throw their naked bodies, try to overwhelm with numbers.
He's left spawn now, so as we see the very wild James leaving spawn after 55 seconds. He's had enough and now he's hungry.
Yo, those Glock dinks sound good. Nade feels better. Buster down to 40. As is the clock.
Now, I want to tell you all that this type of round here is to milk out the CT utility, make sure that they're expending and having to reinvest going forward. And all in all, it should play out exactly like this. Nice and quick towards the tail end. But the beginning, the reason it's drawn out is because of that reinvestment. ENCE now will have to rebuy their nades. They're going to have to purchase back in. So at least they're spending some money. The last thing you want if your VP is to a fast long or a fast B, everybody dies, they haven't used many nades. And you go, oh, okay, well, now they've got a bit of a cash bonus. So it looks a bit silly when the round ends like that. But every single round, there's a flow-on effect. So important for VP to take it just like that. And now they've purchased in themselves for round number 3. AWP out for Jame, AKs for the rest. The buy is looking better for VP in this one, especially with those MP9s. Do ENCE and Snappy have anything in store with the bonus? And that's a big tag onto Alu.
Buster's out. They've taken long. Corner smoke arrives. Most importantly, it's a large gap now in ENCE's CT info. They'll have to push elsewhere.
Yeah, it's a heavy cat lean now. They've got that scout towards the top of sight on Alu. Sure, he is low, but they've got 3 players with rifles and SMGs to deny short and mid, so they can help pump out quickly behind short if there is a mid to B in play. But Virtus Pro, they love the mid to Bs, they love the B hits, and it's going to be the ladder this time round. Jame, of course, still in T-spawn, just covering these rotations, making sure he can get any free information he can. Still with him here too. Looks like he's going to lob out that Xbox smoke. That should keep the players from ENCE stuck on short.
And there's B-pop.
Oh, he missed the smoke. Okay, it's in T-spawn.
Oh, crud.
Yeah.
That's actually perhaps going to play a part into this. Jame will try and hold short instead. Kick it even, maybe going for contact there. Interesting. So 4 into tons. B is wide open.
Smoking himself here. So they are going for one of these classic mid to B. Snappy's going to want to pounce quickly behind them. But look at the utility. Just 1 smoke on Kick It, 2 flashes behind this. VP need to hit the headshots and 35 seconds left.
Ooh, Doto. He knows he's about to be tested. It's AKs v MP9. I don't favor his chances in all of this.
It's on Spinks.
And Doto does push in. Found already. Sanji with the first. Oh, and Spinks gets nothing out of that B defense. Shouldn't be much more to be said. Kick It's pre-aiming the jump up. The rest would love to recover a weapon and save what they can. Snappy does find an M4. I think Ali will go hunting around the world towards short. Oh, and Kick It's not letting them keep a thing.
Oh, this is important now. I'm going to have to completely reinvest here. Ali with the scout, we've already seen him hit a bit of a banger on Inferno, but that feels like a lifetime ago now. I think he's about to go down through T-spawn. 3, 2, 1, and Buster will take his dome off. That is going to be the first round for VP here. And it didn't look like there was a lot behind it. We could see no matter what, if they headed towards that B bomb site, as long as they dealt with Spinks, they pretty much had the round. But a couple of flubs smokes. It is worrying when you're seeing VP missing things like that, especially when Buster was from T-spawn. There's no pressure in an environment like that. It's not like being mollied flash. You're not worrying about a bit of a peak. But they flubbed it, and we'll see ENCE bounce back with just a partial investment here. Deagle, 2P250s. Oh, dear.
You take those. Scout prowess. Buster's catching flak as well, and Kick It. Couple of shots from the P250 through the smoke, put him on notice. Damn, that is a dream start for... Oh my God, dear, I thought he hit another. Trying to keep the AWP honest. He's got the wall bangs for sure.
Yeah, there's good damage coming out here.
Virtus Pro, they are one of the teams best at handling these early disadvantages in the anti-ecos. Don't make no mistake, they will take all the time they need, sell a fake, corral you into the wrong part of the map, because they know when you are on these buys and these pistols, you want to be using those numbers to your advantage. Doto completely alone and isolated. Now a dribble smoke drops. What can you do? Just a USP. Vulnerable to pre-fires, he hears the steps, the rotate's coming in.
Rotation's coming as well.
Damage inflicted on the cross, he can actually finish off Yakinda there. And more damage onto Sanji, that's great. Even Snappy's flank has found a frag. Buster's gone, Kick It too late, Alu arrives and they're doing it. ENCE, chaos, but they thrive within it and immediately steal control. Back into Dust 2.
What a massive round to win that is. It was nothing. Just the scout shot of Dihar to kick things off and then more damage over towards long. You can see how timid VP were about looking into A whatsoever. You go long, you don't want to be near this scout. And there it is, just fast on the move across the doors. And, well, Jame, you're dead, mate. That is it. That is all she wrote as Snappy finishes things off, puts a bow on it, makes it look pretty. And VP, that's a tough round to lose right there.
Brilliant.
Stole away a couple of their own when we were thinking about Train, but now it's ENCE's turn. This is map number 3. This is for all the marbles.
My God, the nade like stopped him in the strafe.
This is Yakinda not getting away with a lot of his moves, right? I felt like on train, he wasn't set up for a lot of his traditional fights or wasn't finding them on that T side. Now here in the early stages, he's gone down early a couple of times, but Kickett's equalized. Diha's dead. Mid to B would be perfect again.
Oh. Burns down to 60, and with no armor, that Org can pump. Like, if James doesn't hit his first shot, which is what he has fallen. Spinks, element of surprise, nearly defends B on his own, but Kickett seems to be a bit of a man possessed. 3 frags, everything for Virtus Pro. And the bomb's down, courtesy of Buster. Doto fast on the Tun's flank, so chaos to be caused by Alu, and Doto to flank to finish.
Alex.
That's the easiest first he'll ever find. Now, the hunt for Buster. Multiple targets, and they work it out too easy. Ents retaking Alu, swapping over to the rifle for the final frag. Diligence from the boys of Ents.
I want to give a massive 2 thumbs up to Snappy right there. When VP get that mid control and they have door control, they'll just park Jam there with the AWP because they know if they pressure either let's say short or in this example B, somebody has to rotate eventually. And Snappy has done that aware. He hasn't made a lot of footsteps, he's just crouched in. There's a lot of opportunities for him to die to a player on Cat, to 2 players close doors, maybe if they've already slipped on out, but aware of the team he's versing, and that kill on Snappy, that kill
Jame.
from Snappy onto James is huge because at that point you know, okay, well the rest of them are all going to be coming through tunnels, right? James tasked with controlling that rotation, and now it's going to be 4-1. Ents very much could win this series, and I think that would throw a lot of things into disarray within this side of the bracket. We have Complexity versus Na'Vi coming up next.
I mean, yeah, Virtus Pro up against Na'Vi or Complexity was supposed to be, one of the blockbuster showings of the round of 8. And Ents, I mean, let's not forget, continue to impress. They had Vitality, FaZe, G2, NiP in their group. They managed to battle for a 2nd place finish with some big wins. Beating G2, not easy to do. Beating new FaZe, not easy to do. That conceding to them in their battle of the group stage. Now then, we have our 6th. And it's the same start. Seems like VP's default is really like conceding long. The only time they take it's when they've got a spawn, and we saw how that worked out for Yakinda last time. So, typical. Oh, actually, I failed the Dren smoke on the hinge there.
Couple of missed smokes from VP. Worrying sign, really. Remember, they won the knife. They selected to start on the T side here. Not getting away with their usual tricks. 3 of them still parked in towards upper tunnels. They have nades for a hit, right? They could smoke through the skylight towards the doors. They could set up a couple flashes as well. That molly won't do anything. Can just stand and wait. Continue to let the clock bleed on down. Flash out mid. They'll be clearing this. Starting to get a bit of a move on here, VP. Never mind, they fooled me too. All a bit of a ruse towards the mid doors. Strong setup right now to deal with this tunnels pop.
Spinks' backpack. Yep. Got to be cautious. Nothing visible. Flashes pop, and here comes Spinks. The spray, good. Diha in support. Just the one is all they get. Diha makes it look all too easy. They can go sidearm shopping for his troubles. Ents 5, VP 1, and alarm bell starting to ring for VP fans around the world.
Especially with Yakinda currently yet to frag, right? This guy we talk about is an entry fragger on the CT and the T side, of course. He loves the aggression, but if he's not getting away with any of his opening kills, if he's not buying space...
He's got a spawn again. Well, he hasn't even got a good spawn, never mind.
Yeah, so it's one of these things where if Yakinda starts finding a couple, I think VP will find some rounds off the back of it. Spinks solo B yet again, and well, I think the failed mid to Bs and the B pops have forced VP into something maybe a bit more A heavy. Already close mid doors, already posturing for this cat take. He jumps on up, Aloe to deal with. We've seen him pre-aim this corner before, Yakinda. This will be quite the fight.
Yeah, I wonder if Aloe, I mean, I saw his reaction speed test in the vlogs. 150 MS, he's quick. Yakinda, are you quicker? Baits the shot. Lives to tell the tale. Alu dropped off. He's done his job. He's forced that into an absence of info for the CTs. Evades the nade nicely as well. Still, 11 ADR. Can they keep Yakinda honest for an entire half?
He has a bit of a problem here, being so close doors. They might actually try and push him forward now that the AWP's here too.
the smokes will bloom. There's going to be both of them, and a flash as well. Snappy does have a chance over the smoke, but Yakinda draws blood. First entry for him into this third map decider. And Diha, very quick, as you highlighted on that flank. He has Alu in support with the util. Look at the flashes. He's so blind. The damage from Diha keeps on coming. He does not stop. He does not surrender. Sanji, so late.
Oh, the
Diha, he gets them all. Just Sanji now, looking for the ace. Diha, you're brutal. Destroys Virtus Pro. The pole beating down VP. It is definitely 2021.
Oh, what an absolute flank that was. I didn't think it'd work out like that. The hit comes in, they're already pinned. Snappy, yeah, sure, he gets taken out of the equation very, very quickly here, but this flank, lightning fast. Bomb has just been planted. He's already engaging 3 players.
Like the comms, you know, you're still talking about long round CT, and already the fight comes to you. He'll take that any day of the week. Let's go, Diha.
Big round. Massive round. Scoreline now 6-1. No AWP for Jame this time. We'll have to get it done with the rifles here. And VP, well, stand there on the back foot. That'll be stating the obvious. Once again, 3 players trundle towards the upper tunnels. Nade shy back at Cat. Sanji not home to receive that. And Alu, even with a bit of aggression of his own, he's peeked on out.
It's been a long time since I saw the 1 minute 48 nade top mid. No one.
That's a head.
Diha.
Oh
my God, how does he get away with murder? They're going to accelerate. They know that was the B defender, but they aren't. That was their sight for the taking. Alu can't believe his luck. He scopes up on it, says no. Don't stress, chill your beans. It is a 3v4. VPR heading back over through short. Snappy has been forced out of position. Doto realizes he's got a lot of work to do now. Oh, Doto completely caught slipping. Shouldn't be anything more for Snappy and Alu in this one. Seems VP just profiting off of that early frag. And Snappy forced into Buster's aim. Wow, he's turned it around. At great cost to his own personal health.
Should be the save call here for Mence.
I think they just want to see if Alu can find anything on the initial peak. Off the flash, if he gets Goose, maybe they go. Yeah, no one's given him anything, as they should.
Yeah, they can just tuck in here, VP. No need to pick right now. Issue needs to be forced from Ensign.
Oh, they really want it. What's going on? Alu is proper chomping at the bit for a frag. Time is so low. He still wants to force the issue. Keeps him on the site.
Just wants to do some financial damage here.
Yeah, I mean, Jame will go down to the bomb if he stays there. That's the frag. He goes down to the AK instead. Alu keeps their feet planted, and the rest should just about make it away.
Oh, hoping the orb gets blown their way. They're going to struggle to find this in the aftermath of the explosion. It doesn't look like they can pick it up. So, yeah, James not going to get an AWP again here. No one can afford it. No one can drop it his way, and he can't buy it himself. So even just denying that, it didn't look like a lot from Enz. It didn't look like a lot from Alu, but they carry through with another gun round. So when that bomb goes off, you can see lots of eyes on it. Where did it end up? We might have to send a team out to try and find that one.
I think we were hoping to be able to spot it flying through the sky in the slow-mo replay. Still couldn't.
Might need the CIS enhance type of camera quality for that one.
Yeah.
But Dia's now doing more AWPing.
Did you just call CSI CIS?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's much more of a common acronym in your day-to-day life. Welcome to CIS CIS Kiev.
Oh, dear. What did CSI stand for?
Crime Scene Investigation.
That's the one. I used to love that show.
Yeah, dude, I'm a big fan of that kind of crime-solving nonsense. The BBC Sherlock series.
Oh, that's pretty good too.
That'll tickle your pickle. Oh, Kicker did not have a clue. Neither of them do. The flash from Snappy converted by Doto.
That's fantastic. Long retake. Full control. 2 kills.
Doesn't get better. Round. It just doesn't get better than that. Yakinda, I love to see a round where you remind us of what you are capable of, but he has been kept completely silent by the En's defense.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's anything they've done to necessarily cage him, or he's just not finding those timings right, because when you're an entry fragger and it's a volatile job, oh, yeah, so is that.
That is very volatile. I mean, admittedly, in a 5v3, you want info, you get a bit horny for it, can't fault him too much.
Oh!
But now...
Kinda's coming.
This gets awkward. Yakinda does go down to Spinks. If he gets this, sweat off the brow. No issue anymore. Jame with 10 HP and 30 seconds. I'll let you work it out.
4-letter word. Starts with S, ends with E.
K-I-L-L, no. S-A-B-E, yep. It's a dusty old cab.
Yeah, look, I don't think it's getting too much work around here. Which side would we be driving on in wherever we are on Dust 2? It's a good question.
What side of the road do you drive on in, like, Morocco?
Are we just taking a step? Do we know where Dust 2 is meant to be?
Road.
Oh, as you can see, we've got our scientific squadron out there now, getting the Google sphere on.
I'm guessing something like that.
Yeah, I'm not certain. Wait, I guess we could use the car. Oh, no, that one isn't broken either anymore. Maybe we can email Valve about it. It's pretty important that we find that out. So maybe we could get Rush to send an email. But what is important right now is VP taking a timeout.
Morocco has no drink and drive laws.
Well, that's pretty good. Oh, no, wait, like in the sense of you can drink and drive?
Well, they do have alcohol laws, but they have no drink drive laws. That's
Don't drink and drive. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah, 100%. You're putting yourself and everyone else that is on the road.
A vehicle is
danger.
a weapon.
It is a weapon. It's essentially a giant human-powered
projectile.
Bullet. Yeah, it is. 2 tons of metal.
All right, well, we didn't solve the puzzle, and I don't know if VP will either here. They have taken this time out to talk things through. The buy over there for ENCE is looking fantastic right now, but they haven't built a massive bank. That is one of the dramas here for ENCE, not able to stretch their legs. They need to keep these rounds clean. The high end at the moment is Alu with 3K, and remember, if they lose a round, it's just going to be that 1,400 loss bonus coming in. So VP going with a buy on a round like this, maybe it's enough to break the back here of ENCE. They've done a great job to get themselves a huge lead. 5 rounds to the good right now, and aggression from Alu again. He can snatch away an entry kill. This is snatching away the hopes of VP. How long is he going to stand and wait? He's even got support on Cat. Look at this double setup right now.
Very comfortable. I love the calling coming out of ENCE. Like, they are actively trying to destabilize the comfort zone of Virtus Pro.
Yeah, we've just sat here for about 20 seconds waiting for that.
Oh, that couldn't be better. 100 damage to open up the account. Kick it, Nyakinda. Missing some shoes. Missing half of their health. And the hinge smoke is deployed. So that typically...
It's gonna hurt. Oh, he's just dodged it.
Typically leads to a bit of a short and long pincer. But look at the bomb's positioning, dude.
Yeah, it just smells of a mid to B.
Yeah, it does.
Or just a hard B hit. But either way, Alex, we're at 47 seconds. They haven't even had a look in on short yet.
It's a bit trainy, isn't it?
There's no look in whatsoever. The flash is no good. Alex should get one here. Peeks on now. Kick it drops. And even goes for the second.
Gets time to cock it. Pulls 2, and there's more. Sanji, okay, there's a gap in the smoke. They won't be able to cross now in 30 seconds. I can't believe I'm saying it. But they might just have to brute force it into B. Spinx can't believe his luck. Snappy has the perfect weapon for the job.
I can tell you right now, James going to save.
Yeah. Especially now, Buster's been caught on the initial spray. Just James takes a pot shot, being hunted down, and will lose the... Oh, Okie dokie. Stood his ground this time.
In a round where he probably should have saved, he didn't. So things are just... Whatever's going on in the VP camp right now, they are struggling to find answers, right? There's no pace behind any of this. They're not getting any room. They're assuming that then they get more room than they have. And this is the first bit of damage they're greeted with. There's a nade in their face and then Alu on a double kill.
So I understand, and I've seen how powerful Virtus Pro's slow, methodical style can really brutalize a CT defense when everything's working and Nyakinda's getting entries. But, you know, why haven't we seen them do, you know, test Ence's all in on the long?
They tried and then they got flash taken back, but you're right, they should have sent more numbers. They should go out there again, right? Because they got it for free.
Yeah, just testing the B players again. Spinx can't believe it.
He'll just keep getting that ADR, keep racking it up. Run through the smoke, come on in. Nyakinda's left at short with utility. Like, what was the point of the nades if they were just going to rush B? What am I missing here?
That is the question.
This team looks out of sorts. This is not normal for VP. This is a pressure match. We'll reiterate it. This is a playoff match. You lose, you are out. This is one of the best teams that we have seen in recent months.
Yes.
Right? The CIS Revolution. You guys have all heard about it. Na'Vi, they've been there for years. Gambit, VP, Spirit, all those names. And oh, they're struggling here against ENCE. That's more like it from Nyakinda. Nice one dig. But
I mean, 6 weeks ago, Chad, the reason you were convinced was because you watched them win best of 3s against NIP, Vitality, Furia, Astralis, and Liquid in quick succession.
They were looking hot to trot.
And then that Gambit series, which you and I have highlighted as being, you know, the start of your question marks being raised, but they reminded us quickly, you know, beating EG, Fnatic. We were convinced that this is a squad that we're going to continue to contend at that level, and if they can't close this gap, if they can't put a lid on this ENCE defense, this second half could be a very quick affair.
Oh, Ents are handling this. They've got all the solutions right here. 4-man A-Lane with a short boost coming in.
Long, here we go. Straight out. Diha on the secondary. Doesn't fire or connect the initial shots and allowed to tuck in. But losing Long early, a huge component that we haven't often seen Virtus Pro work with on their T side. They can chill out here. We've seen Na'Vi give us many an educational lesson as to the benefits of this strategy.
I like the way that Snappy dealt with one of their rounds before with the mid to B play, right? How is Snappy going to respond here? Straight into upper dark. It might be too late, though. They're already making their walk up Long.
It's true. It means that Diha and Alu do have to kind of do it on their own, but two orbs. Thinking about it. They're just walking up. Absolutely no contact. The CTs are not prepared for this. It's only Diha that's responsible. Now the smokes make it clear. A good use of his incendiary to isolate the cross to the ramp, but that only lasts for another 5 seconds. And he wants to peek as it fades. No, doesn't pull the trigger quite yet, but does catch a Kinder's cross. Bombs in the smoke to be recovered. Sanji wants to try and get across alongside Buster. More mollies, more smokes. A gap. They're burning! Look at the health! The incendiary was perfect onto the site. Ents were ready for this. And Kickert trying to bail himself out of trouble. James provided another. Jumping for the no-scope. One more try. Buster finds the head. And so, Virtus Pro, with the best chance they've had in some time. Can Doto disrupt? The answer's no. God damn, the amount of damage they managed to pull out with their retake utility. I mean, it wasn't even retake utility. What do we call that?
Just trying to slow them down, really just stop them from being able to get the plant.
So much damage. Dare I say it, if it wasn't an AWP and it was an M4 on Diha, there may have been a much more competitive round.
They stalled them out there for a long enough period of time, it felt like, but then the shots started coming in, right? The long flank, James gets a freebie. Ali will save. They still have a bunch of rounds to play in the late stages, but there's the answer. You're right, the heavy long presence, they took it with the lion's share. All of their forces were there, but now the answer, if you're going to be someone like Ents, is just, all right, let's just play 4 long. Oh, look at that molly. They don't want to push it to the side. They can't, and there's another one in front of them as well.
They're really well handled by VP, considering what Ents were throwing at them.
Yeah, they could have freaked out. Kept it calm, kept it cool, got their third, but they need a bunch more, and while they win this one, they've almost broken the bank of Ents.
This is a very important round then.
I'd do a 4-man long lean. I'd really try and stop them from having long control, but they're going back to the same setup. 1 long, 3 short.
And here they want it again. They get it again. Impossible for Doto to try and contest that on his own.
Yeah, he slowed them down at least. We stuck at that long corner. Now, there can't be an upper dark push. We've got someone parked. We've also got a player in T spawn. So VP have done this hoping for some CT aggression. They want Ents to push the issue. They want Ents to try and take that space back, expecting the same play.
Yeah, well, we saw the same play at Spinks and Snappy previously upon reacting to the long presence was a walk into tons. Kickert is in a position to punish that this time. However, Spinks solo, there's no way you're getting him out of his sight.
The thing is, if they throw some double cross smokes, they push the...
You think Spinks starts to wiggle?
Yeah, and that's maybe when Kickert can go for his little maneuver, but the longer they wait, the less time they have to operate with. Kickert now will be responsible for mid, maybe even late B as well, but it's showing that it will be a full commit, and Alu, he's now dropped on down. You're watching the cross with the AWP, and if he gets smoked off, there's still mollies, but Snappy's a bit far away to help on out.
Alu's the perfect man for the job, though. Very cool, calm, under pressure.
Hang in.
James not ready, and there they are! There's 3 bullets now lodged into them. He only pulled the trigger once, and James does provide the trade. Shuts down the AWPing presence. Snappy playing close, and they're so damn low, his HE could be worth its weight in gold. What do you do? 25, guys, what do you do? You gotta push in. James missing his shots. These bullets are gonna hurt. The flash, the fade, Yakinda provides. Doto does shut him down, and another from Doto, just like that. The double Ds pull home a 10th.
Oh, imagine if Alu gets the triple AWP kill there, just lining up. That would have been spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen one man trim 3 players' fingernails in 1 bullet. Look at this.
Oh, mate.
And then, of course, you see a lot of Alu in the assists. Great stuff.
Look, I feel like if I'm Alu, I'm happy with what I did, but you'd want a couple more. You'd want the double at least, especially with a peak like that.
Stolen from him.
Oof, James mollied out of position. Ents are looking so good here. Look at this. Alu again.
Anyone else?
Yakinda falls. Alu's the one taking the fights today. He's only got 8 kills, but it's felt his AWP impact is across the board. Diha stomping him out here as well. And they're just going to limp out, just like Train. Just like Train. VP are going to limp out one at a time. Deep nade. Bosh, right in the head of Kick It. Ents don't even need to do anything special. Oof.
Needed that one.
Yeah, that was sketchy from both. Stabilizing now, 4-on-4. 2 players towards B. Alu close short. Jame really hoping to find a rotator here. Spinks looks aware. Oh, he gave him what he's looking for. That's exactly what Jame is hoping for. As soon as he gets that mid control, eventually someone will have to rotate.
Snappy, you saw how he handled it previously, but this time D pushes up and takes back control of B. That will channel them down towards middle. That's the only control they have. And with 30 seconds as a T side, you really do need to kind of screw your head on tight here. Work out the final move. Jame refuses to move. I wonder if Alu's alert enough. Hello? Can't believe my luck. Now into B. D has tucked in. Kick it. Low enough. Even lower now as the bullet finds his head. And only Sanji. A plant, a dream, a pipe dream, I think. 2 to push in. And Alu will finish it. Ents are running the shop here at Dust 2.
This is wild.
This is a T side.
Rounds.
Dude, VP chose to start on the T side.
Yeah.
Most teams I've seen are going to be turning their nose up at anything less than 8.
Yeah, this is, they're getting drubbed. They're just getting destroyed right here. This is not easy whatsoever. They're just getting picked off. Like, you're right, aware. Like, what are you doing, Jane? We know you where you are. You have the AWP, it's going to be a mid. You're watching rotations. They're aware exactly what to look for round after round. Ents are about to pull off the biggest upset.
This is going to be,
bracket.
yeah, this is going to really turn the world upside down for many teams. Look at Doto, new confidence, and as you line up smokes, you have your confidence ripped from underneath you. Concede an early frag. CT aggressions now here on Dust 2.
Oh, more damage.
Oh, it's brutal. And there's the spray. Yakinda takes Sanji with him.
Won't even count on the scoreboard.
Brutal. And it gets worse. They have tons. Jame knows it. He's going to have to spend... Oh, good shots. Another required. If he takes out Spinks, maybe we can talk. Spinks down. And he has once again seized an advantage. This is a bit of a mess up from Ents. That is if they concede. Alu may have other plans. Grouped up now with Doto, the remaining 2, probably switching over to finish for the finish.
Wildly enough, VP don't want to continue towards long. If Jame just gets both kills the B players, you'd expect at least one rotation. But the fact they're sticking together and the low HP of Jame means anything's possible. If they peer up Cat, if they throw the smokes, Alu's going to be here with the AWP.
Oh, he's got full util, dude. If he gets a frag and is allowed to drop his incendiary. Hello? And Jame again, 3 frags on that scrap of health. He'll even scrap the AWP. He will go down. Doto reveals his position. A 1 versus 2 and a good incendiary. Softens up Kick It very considerably. The nade, however, not good. The bullets are 1 versus 1 now. Doto looking to come up clutch and just continue to just add more salt to the wound. I think he spotted him. Elevates for the angle. The fight is good. And Doto clutches up. Oh, that's going to hurt. Virtus Pro lose it. Everything Jame tried worked, but still not enough to put a 4th on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 12. 4 rounds away from VP being eliminated the ESL Pro League's playoffs.
Straight from the jump, and now wait for an answer. Wish we could.
It is not sunshine and rainbows for Virtus Pro. Trying to maintain that mental state where things aren't going your way. It is truly what separates the good from the great. Ents at the moment are looking fantastic. 12 posted on the defense. Look at 1xBet. They truly believe Ents are going to complete this Cinderella story.
I do too.
The glass slippers out of the box. Chad's already starting to shout for the princess. 12-3, Chadney.
It would take some inspired Counter-Strike from VP here to pull this one across the line, and it's difficult to see as they've gambled incorrectly here on the pistol. 3 players over towards the B-bomb site, and all 5 members up cap for Ents. They've got this utility on Doto.
They'll have to play just long retake if they take the site.
Yeah, the mid to B smoke will plant the feet of the B defenders as well.
Oh, it's perfect.
There's no kit. Yakinda went flash, smoke. So as soon as that bomb goes on down, that timer begins, and this is not going to be easy.
Oh, far from easy. These shots will not come easy. KitKat can ruin everything. They're trying to boost. They actually get it done. In the face of adversity, they boost one up. Spinks laying his life on the line for the greater good. And here comes the CTs. It's all about the headshots now. Deathmatch begins. And here we go. Chaos. KitKat thrives. 1v1. Doto alive. And he spots him. Won't hit the shot. Buster knows where he is as well. It's all on these two. And the headshots found. Doto back-to-back clutches. Finished off one half and starts the other.
That is the first nail in this coffin for VP. Unfortunately, they will be force buying into this, but Ents are just looking way too good. And the flurry of frags that came out after this, Dha with even more impact. 2 for him right there, and Doto with 3. Now, Doto, you look at this guy. We've already witnessed him have a couple of great clutches throughout the ESL Pro League. 2 more to add to that tally right here. Not just a support player, integral in sealing the deal. And yeah, VP have gone all in. They lose this one. We're going to spiral out of control. Alu's out long, blue bin secured, and Buster, lower tunnels, has a chance, squanders it. Dha takes him down. Look at this, now they have to rejig with very little, Alex. Deagle, Scout, Famis, they don't even have long control anymore. The utility right here for Ents. Mollies are plenty, smokes are good. Sanji in no man's land. See you later, mate.
I wonder, what is the career lowest Yakinda performance? Like, that's something that the Twitter's gods would have to dig up.
I'm sure Peter will be checking that one
I'm
out.
sure this isn't far off it. I'm sure there's not many Yakinda 3 frag map losses.
Yeah, and the thing is, right, like, I'm going to be honest, I think VP called a terrible game on their T side. If I'm going to be completely fair, they called a terrible T half. It's not even their fault. Well, sorry, it's not even Yakinda's fault. He can only do what he gets told to do, right? They weren't making any space. It was only late where they started to go long. They were losing constant fights in middle. They were not taking space across the map. And now just 2 remain, KitKat and Yakinda. And if they want to hold on to their Deagles and their upgraded armor, that's fine too. But the game is almost over. The scoreline will read 14-3 in 40 seconds' time. This has just been such a flat showing. And look, I'm not taking anything away from Ents. They've been masterful. They have completely handled every single one of VP's moves. James hanging around mid, these mid to B plays. They've had to step up in their own ways. But VP, they just haven't seemed like they're threatening selves.
It's feeling so real as well for the likes of Dha, Doto, Spinks. To be taking a scalp like this in a game of this proportions, of this magnitude.
Here's the thing, right? For Ents, it hasn't been just easy sailing for them, right? Obviously, making it this far in Pro League, that was an achievement in itself. But when you look at this team in recent history, they've got losses to Havu, they lost to Mad Lions, like that new hodgepodge Mad Lions roster that's just been formed out of nowhere with Cuban as a coach. It's not like this team has just come in and been infallible. They have been dropping games to teams who you would probably think they should be beating. And now against VP, the talk of the town, they are just getting stomped. like this. That's what this is. This is a stomping. A lot of these rounds, sure, there was a point in that first half where the economy was still on a knife's edge, and if VP force bought and won, then sure, they could spiral back. But that didn't eventuate.
And this is the Virtus Pro that played that ridiculous quad overtime against Astralis, pushed them across the series, 30 rounds on Inferno. And ENCE are making them look silly. Spinks starts off with the first blood. Kickett's gone. Jame aggressive on the scout, connects a shot, needs to get it away.
He's dead.
He's not. Oh. Snappy doesn't get to finish his treat just yet. Buster's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders here. Does drop the bottle of flame. Forces one back. The nade to try and finish the job won't succeed. He's doing 2 jobs at once right now. Buster desperately trying to piece it together. Smokes one, nades the other. Alu's still out. Virtus Pro. Brutality.
Alu's still here close mid doors. If they think this is clear, oh, it will be clear.
Oh, close to a second. Yekindá has no idea. Snappy was just behind the door at 10 HP. Mantle's up safely, and they are gambling incorrectly again, Chad.
They've threaded the needle here. So much pressure on Jame. He might go down to this long flank of Doto. That's the site open.
Bottom. They are so low, though. They are definitely within the realms of a successful retake. Kits on Sanji.
It's a flash and a molly. Snappy with the... Snappy with a smoke and Doto with a molly. There's a couple of flashes left over as well. They can, just delay this. Make it awkward.
Oh.
Bomb's going to be over halfway ticked by the time that short smoke clears.
Yekindá's going for the round-the-world long play.
Doto still has this molly as well.
Oh, he can drop it whenever he desires. Sanji's crawled up. Time is becoming an issue. Yekindá, easy find for Doto.
Flashing for his teammates now.
Sanji completely blind and hopes and dreams wither away. They have to save.
It's 15.
Just like that, ENCE are 1 away, and they have got an unfathomable handful of map and series points.
Oh, this is insane. What a journey being an ENCE fan must be.
I mean, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, losing what looked to be the polish of ENCE, you know, it felt like a lot of people were ready to chew them up and spit them out. But they have taken their time, coordinated a new roster, given Snappy a new lease of life as well. You know, this is an in-game leader that's been kind of desperate, gagging to be able to once again cool his style with the right pieces of the Counter-Strike puzzle. So far, this collaboration of names have made VP look silly. And that is an achievement.
Could just be the B finish here. I'm going to go super fast, but bomb in tunnels. Smoke lands, they'll call it off for now. Turn their attention towards lower dark, but if they set up with smokes towards the doors and window, the flashes through, could try and finish over towards this B bomb site. Snappy taking a little bit of a look into lower tunnels here, and Yekindá, well, he's the man to deal with that. Very quiet from ENCE.
Just floating his crosshair between the Xbox jump up and the boost.
Now he knows he can be under pressure. They've mounted, they're up, and they're on their way to take a fight with Yekindá, who's backpedaled all the way into the site. Flash from Spinks. Now we get some indication of where ENCE are lying on the map. Short control taken, and with all this util, with all this time, they haven't been poked, they haven't been prodded, they're not low, just to execute from this point, maybe masterful. That's what they're lining up here. Simple finish.
Ooh, Yekindá's opted for a powerful counter to this position, or to these smokes. Sanji's trying to bait as best he can. Once the vision restored, Yekindá's going to activate. Timing is everything. They've passed him. The trigger discipline. He'll go for Alu first. Oh, Yekindá, that's great. Is it enough?
Oh, the team mollying now. It's getting flustered.
25. That molly was weird. Bomb on Spinks. He needs to plant. No one can contest, really, especially with a flash onto Sanji. That enables cross to short.
So much utility left for this post plant.
3 versus 4.
Oh,
what a shot. Sanji takes Spinks alongside the utility down and out. Doto does have a very fast flank, but it's been held by Jame. And there you have Virtus Pro with a sigh, a reluctant 4th. It's posted.
Oh, they get across the line, don't they? But that was all Yekindá right there, actually able to make a play from that. And you see that position is getting checked time and time again, this time overlooked, and that will be the undoing. Just standing on the box, having a good old time. And as you're right, he doesn't even swing to the side players. Goes for the 2 who are meant to be overseeing the operation. This one from Sanji was nice too, through the box. Needed that one. There were so many nades left over for ENCE to try and tool up for that post-plant scenario. But now, Well, they will be taking a timeout. Only one more round needed. And they have a lot of rounds to do that with. So if you're Ents, yeah, sure, use your timeouts, talk it through, take your time. VP only have this full buy because you gave them the guns just then and there. They'll be on the back foot time and time again. They're the ones who can't slip up at all.
Got SEO filling me in on Yukinda's underperformances. It's a couple on record, one of his first games ever on HLTV, only dropping 3 frags in 2017.
Okay, so
and 2020. Yeah, for his games with VP though, it was versus Saw in December of 2020. Was 5 frags, so he has done better, 6 so far. So it's not a career low, but it's not far from it. Ents 15. See how long they'll be kept on that number. Diha chasing 30, talking of numbers, and James boosted up for this one, so there should be usually a flash of some description, and it does force him off the line.
It's like you knew that was coming, Alex.
It's almost like I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike.
Well, the Ents have looked like they watched a lot of VP's demos here in the way that they're handling these situations. They have long control again. They've got lower tunnels, they've got close mid doors. Look at how cagey VP are. This setup on the A bomb site, that's not a dream. Can we get an aerial of this A bomb site setup, Rush? There it is. This is not a dream setup.
What's Sanji got in store for us? He got a one-way? Just a reactionary smoke? No, he's just straight up just planning to drop a smoke as they cross to keep them at that ramp.
Oh, they've gambled another member over towards A here. There's tunnels aggression as well. If a mid to B comes through from Ents, it's going to be so weak for VP.
Kinder wants info. He gets way more than he bargained for. They were all there. Bomb spotted, they'll drop a can of flame on it. And that will slow the retrieval process. 40 seconds, lads. Diha parked on long, so it does feel like they're trying to go for that pincer, but 4 CTs here to receive them. VP, right place, and now the right result. Another frag, this time Spinks shut down. Yukinda ready and waiting as they charge in one by one into that org. Diha doesn't get anything from his long positioning. It's good shooting out of Kickit as well.
Doto wants that AK, the AWP. Ugh.
Unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely. Worse if he goes down after time here. So he's trying to buy himself some room, get himself something. He may be trying to die. Yeah, there we go. Give him the loss bonus. He'll take that one. And now VP, well, 2 consecutive rounds. They'll have to make it 3 here just against what will be a low buy from Ents, or maybe even an eco. So they get this to look a little bit more respectable with the scoreline. But yeah, the bomb getting dropped here, you're right. It did really slow the round down. They couldn't just pick it up immediately. The Molotov on top of it and then limping in what looks one at a time because of the utility usage of VP here. Just 1 P250 in the mix. The rest will be on the Glocks. Should be a quick round for VP.
Charging into middle. Jame realizing lower tons is not the play. Does well to escape the push. And his teammates will be there to bodyguard him nicely.
Now, I'm always talking about a bit of pace when you have such a lead, right? Now, if you take a look at it, you're still going to need 9 more rounds here out of the likes of VP to take us to OT. But one of the situations when you have so many rounds to work with, if you go fast and you try something, like if you have a pocket strat, if you use it early, you might just win yourself that round, but also it means you might not have that left later in the piece. So there's always a couple of arguments of what to do when you have such a big lead. Do we just keep defaulting, let them make the mistake and then capitalize, and then you find round after round after round, it just whittles away, and then that lead that seemed great no longer exists? Or do you throw in something a bit more aggressive, you know, all out long, a fast A split, something along those lines to catch them off guard, because they're going to be really, really quite sketched on out, knowing they can't make any mistakes. It's a very deep lurk smoke. He's just kept Buster interested. Where do they want to finish? Snappy's still around upper tunnels, and Hello's being called back. Dropping out another smoke towards the front B. That one there, not going to give them what they want. That helps the CTs a bit more than anything.
Definitely not walking out of that one.
No, no gaps on either side. Snappy is lining up a door smoke there, so it does look like a B pop. Maybe they throw the smoke first and walk a few players out mid to B on the timing.
Yeah, that's the play. Kickit kept busy. Tracer fire exchange, and Kickit does put one into the brain. Spink's gone. top mid. Smoke's still up for another 10 seconds. Alu needs this frag and he needs it now. Yakinda is his victim and he finds it. Jame with the AWP for Overwatch now. They want to pivot back to A. Interesting. A standoff on long doors between Doto and Sanji and Jame with it all to do here on the short cross. Does connect the first, tucked in. The flash a little late, but does arrive, and he can molly the default plant. They won't be able to plant short for another 10 seconds. Doto's flank, sound cue. Oh, he steps over it, they won't know. And the spray is there. Jame now under scrutiny. Quick shots from him. And they have a man advantage for this after plant. Alu gonna have to be head on a swivel. You can see he's just in a state of limbo. If they could just find Jame, so much pressure would be relieved, but Jame's aware. He'll tuck in, let the contact happen. Kick it and Buster advancing flash from Jame. It's all they've got. Flash and go. And the go works. Now all onto Alu. Can he close the case right here? One long. Doesn't know the second, assuming short. Nade makes it clear, and he can't pull the trigger in time. VP weather the storm of another on this path to the impossible.
Saving both AWPs as well. Handled there. Got janky for a moment, especially with Doto punishing Sanji towards long, but didn't panic. Took their time and played the number advantage. This run from Kickit turned out to be very important in the scheme of things. You can see really just trying to sell that it was a B to draw all that space for Alu to work with. And this
Great.
one right here, yeah.
Great movement from Doto. Like, if he takes a lick of damage, he's got someone pre-firing. But, okay, and this is going to be interesting. Probably haven't seen too many of these in our cast, Chad, and faced with the gimme.
Well, this is the fast round. Look at the buy. Tech-9s are plenty. Deagle in play, utility there as well. Something a bit more pouncy, something a bit more explosive. Really try and run over VP.
You can see the reaction just with their awareness that this buy is going to be quicker. Molly and nade instead of smoke.
Here it comes.
Buster, tested, first found.
Not blind at all.
Are advancing into his location. One has slipped the net, and now faffing around with nades. He lives well. Need to see something on this Tech-9. Doto eventually losing his teammates all around him. He needs this Tech-9 to work. Why does he feel like he's filled it with peas? Frozen peas.
There's air coming out the end of that thing there.
Yeah, really.
All right, well, they tried the faster B play, and now the scoreline, it's getting back into a competitive environment, 15-8. BP still need 7 rounds. Painted a bloody picture.
And then he goes again. Here we go. 40 bullets. Dum, dum, dum.
Yikes.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. Doto challenging long, needs the space. Oh my god, VP have sent 4 long. They want to contest this. This could be early casualties for ENCE. They can again. Spinks first to fall. Sanji's pulled one out, and there it goes. Another round for Virtus Pro in the first 10 seconds of play. Sanji demands respect. 3 kills on the spray down.
There's the quicker rounds I was asking for.
Yep. The faster one on the Tech-9s, and this one even quicker. You see the telltale signs of a frustrated AWPer with the wiggle of his crosshair.
Yeah, well, now there's not even going to be an economy for ENCE to stay on top of, right? Just making sure if you were limiting them to 2 guns every round. Let's see what Alu can do here. James, a nice scalp. Has a minute to work with. If they keep presenting him fights, nobody over towards B, nobody over towards middle, or catwalk.
You don't have to be a mathematician to work out that you lost the bomb long early. They killed all of your players long early. You're probably not going to find much towards B. Top mid, however, does
that was quick.
Provide a very quick frag from Alu.
Well, he knows he can go back up short, right? So if he wants to go back up short and try that fight, he's just looking for kills here. Maybe trying to save in plain sight is Alu. 35 seconds left on the clock. Let's call it 15-9, shall we?
Shall we?
It'd be nice if everyone in the server could do that. It's like, should we just call off the round? Everyone happy to do that? Yep. Okay.
Put down your guns.
The next one.
Start again.
Okay. Well, ENCE, they couldn't have more rounds to work with, right? Like, this is a lot of chances that they're going to have to convert this victory here.
So just to highlight it and to make sure it's apparent for everyone on this adventure we're about to undergo, it was a 12-3 half. That's 12 on the CT side. 12 CT rounds on Dust 2. They then proceeded to not only win the pistol, but the preceding 2, or the following 2, which put them at 15-3. We now stand at 15-9. 5 in a row. Realms of Possibility returning, and that is another timeout. So half of them gone. Chance for Snappy to pipe up. Of course, coach as well. Gets sore on the mic.
If we dissect the money situation right here for ENCE, saved AWP from Alu, that's great. Snappy with 4.2, Dodo with 4K, Spinks with 4.4, and Dihar down there with 3.4. They can get AK-47s or Galils if they want to prioritize utilities. The buy, they should go for it, right?
No, but I don't like what you're saying.
I know we're not loving it right now, but it's still a competitive gun round in the scheme of things, right? They've tried 2 fast rounds. That's what I asked for. They went for that B pop. They didn't hit their shots on entering the site. That stifled them. They didn't get the plant. They went long. They got absolutely dismantled. Now they've gone for a partial. So not going all in. They're not going to throw the kitchen sink at this one. Go for another lighter investment. But with that AWP in play from Alu, it's still very threatening. VP have to keep that in the back of their mind here as we get back underway. Close doors smoke. 2 players crossing towards B. 3 in the upper tunnels for ENCE again.
Oh, they're boosting. Are they? He crouched. Okay, no. Jame won't find anything early on his reconnaissance mission.
So they've used the mid-door smoke against them, right? They've just taken this space for free. They haven't had to throw an Xbox smoke. They haven't even made any steps whatsoever. There's been no flash. They're just walking on up. This is free real estate every day of the week. Now the util comes out, and now they take the short control.
Jame readies himself for war. Run boost. It's going to be a harder shot for Jame to hit. And he realizes that that space is lost. Good to do so without dropping util and immediately trying to punish. And bait that util out of Yakinda. He doesn't opt to smoke it just yet.
Just threatening there, just with the momentum, just with the noise. Didn't force out a lot of nades from VP, and they're just stuck. 2 players towards B, 3 towards A. Now floating back towards spawn is Yakinda.
Okay, well, there's a CT smoke. He's actually smoking doors. That's quite a inspired reaction from Yakinda. And the spray suppressing as well. It forces them to either run through gray screen, wait it out, or come through the Buster AWP hole. No fun for anyone. Ape not open for business. Jame has sent the bomb down into the pits of CT. Spinks would have to do the hero play. Drop down, throw it up, not die. Yakinda's down there.
Need to die.
I suppose you're right. With 13 seconds left, James doing them a favor. It's only Spinks remaining. And he can't quite find it. VP, 10. And everyone starts to hold their breath because you know, as well as I do, that when it gets to this point in the game, the comms get a little bit more venomous. The calls are a little more flustered. You start feeling like this opponent just can't take a beating. You can't win an aim duel. You've been on 15-3. 15-3. They've already gone through the entire mental process of, nice, we beat them. Like, beating VP, that's so sick. Like, you've already gone through that in your head. You haven't said it out loud, but in your mind, this victory was yours.
Yeah, you're staring at the finish line.
Absolutely. The checkered flag's already been waved. You've already started, you know, high-fiving people as you run the last 20 meters, and you've just tripped over your shoelaces.
Well, again, they just slow through lower. Spinks dealing with any aggression towards upper tunnels, not going to find anything. Utility exchange from both teams, and it is just one of these slower crawls around the map. Yakinda's already rotated over towards spawn. Nihar drops to smoke again and quickly scampers back. Doesn't want an ult bullet through the door as they mount up towards Catwalk, and that grenade on Snappy's face, that one's going to hurt. 52 damage and the follow through. Look
Leave
at
us
this.
alone. ENCE wishing they had the heavy armor.
Well, they're just going to go for another one of these short executes. Now, they could try variation, throw the smokes, go for a mid to B play, throw the smokes, drop down, and try and run up the ramp. But either way, softened up. It's not going to be easy.
Oh, he's actually got the angle on the jump peak. Over the smoke, passive line, Org, the best weapon for the job. Dihar is going to have to forego his weapon and essentially his role in this round. It's going to be swapped over to the healthier Alu. So here comes the go. Molly's rain in, flashes 2. Yakinda readies himself for war. Jame will drop this, stop Molly. And oh, you can hear what that's doing to Doto. Just a light lick. Yakinda to be peaked here.
Oh!
Flashes are there, the spray is...
Sketchy.
Oh, it's very sketchy. Does stabilize. VP, a man advantage. So much health taken from ENCE, but with the bomb down, there's a chance. And Alu extends it. This is why you give him the AK. Oh, caught off, tried to do too much with it. 2 heads available. Spinks can be the hero. He hasn't done enough. Snappy and Dihar so down low, and now it's only 1. Can he lead by example? It's a hard shot. He will find the first. Kits are plenty. James, though, with the AWP. He's pre-aiming the right spot. Finished off. VP continue to make that gap oh so small. 15-3. Eat your heart out. 15-11. VP. I think they had a timeout talk.
And clawing themselves back into this. At one point in this game, Yakinda, the man on your screen here, had only 3 kills, so he's definitely started to find a bit more form. Up to 16 now, and just delaying after that sketchy initial spray. Good to close it out against Snappy there. Pressure moments, every single moment of this for VP. It is on a knife's edge. They lose the round, it's all over Red Rover, but ENCE with the plant, they facilitate another buy here. They can go again, but look at the spree of rounds this time. 8 on the trot for Virtus.pro. They try and claw this one back. Normally they're the team letting teams come back on them.
Yeah, Yakinda called the timeout. He said, listen, do you want to be remembered as the team that went down 16-3 against ENCE? Or do you want to be the team that came back 15-3 against ENCE? Think about it.
Think about it. Go look in the mirror.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking at this one as they go towards long. Last time it was a 4-man lean. This time it's just James.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be quite as ready to contest. There's a lot of bullets loaded into that long smoke. Yakinda taking some liberties as well up mid. Ooish, good nade as well.
He has been copping a few in the last couple of rounds.
Yeah, he's been kept very quiet.
James going to be cleared by this. They will need to use a smoke on his position.
Can't get away.
Down. That's an entry.
A huge opener. James can no longer contribute. Provided by Snappy. The best advantage and chance we've seen from ENCE in some time. And Sanji dropping a smoke to peek over. Looking for info. Safely. The nade could do a lot. Seems destined for success. Ouch. Perfect play. Can VP overcome the early man disadvantage? Kick it lingering in the smoke. The timing is everything. They're so flashed. And the spray is good. It's golden. Oh my God. It's all 4. Alu steals one away from Kicker, but it's all the same. The round is won and VP are doing it.
They got to get fired up right now in that VP camp, especially after the plays that are keeping them in this. Sanji, the support player that you need, giving them so much damage with that nade, so much info. And Kick It just wild through the smoke, spamming left, right, and center.
You can't help but feel like there's just nothing to be called. Call a timeout. Actually, I tell you, that's what something I'd want to call, maybe after the Deagles have been played out. But my God, I mean, this is just evidence. If anyone was ever wondering, is Counter-Strike a mental game? That just sounds like floaty, vague, sweeping statements. James just rushed into lower tunnels against the Deagle buy just to rub more salt into this gaping wound of a 15-3 lead.
Well, the confidence is here now.
It is, isn't it? Different human beings holding the mouse and keyboard now.
In the first half, they looked scared to take fights. They had no conviction in any areas on the map, and now they're standing, they're fighting, they're delivering. The scoreline is 15-13. Blink and you miss it. 10 on the trot. VP, touching distance to taking us to overtime here.
No way.
What a comeback this will be. We've already had a bunch of crazy comebacks. Remember the 14-4s?
Yep.
We're in here watching 14-4s go down time and time again. 15-3. Here we go. AWP back out.
I mean, at any moment, this can be ENCE's moment, ENCE's round. I mean, one misplaced step from a Virtus.pro member, one B defender caught out early. It can all go wrong. They even found the opening onto James, but this time around, it's James putting a bullet into Diha. Alu, look at him. He's a man possessed. He actually wants to try and make something happen early. The molly stops the fight. Nade onto his nose as they peek, but still he delivers. Experience displayed. And the tenacity for the equalizer converts. Now, you can see, Sanji and Yakinda have talked about this. They decided to retake long and play for the retake. A 2-2 split of resources. The bomb plant likely, unless Yakinda's up for a very hard shot. Oh, the taps, and they're there. They connect through the box. VP are doing it. The nade onto Snappy will soften him up.
Second nade.
Down to 24. Alu was on top of him as well. The AWPer would have to step up here. It's a predictable peak. They'll be looking at it. The edge of that smoke, it's so tempting. Alu just lurks around that side of it, baits the shot out of Buster. Spinks has provided another. Can ENCE do it? Kickit doesn't think so. Alu does. And he does pull the trigger onto one. Sanji, quick to trade. All onto Snappy. Can he end it for ENCE? The time is so close. They need to be defusing now. Snappy can do it. He just needs a frag. They're both jumping at him. Sanji pulls them across the line. 14, oh dear. ENCE have to go again.
Oh, they get the plant again. They do so much damage. They do so much hard work. They stop Jame early. They get onto the site and they give themselves another buy round here.
Damn, that was chaos, dude. Look at this. They both have strafes and shots. And
what's Kicker doing?
I don't know. In my mind, I thought Sanji was strafing behind him, right? Like they were both going to move on either side of the box at the same time, but he's there for the trade. Oh my God, we go again. 15-3. You're tired of hearing it. I know you are. ENCE have nothing to show for this T side. They haven't felt that taste of victory since the third round of the second half.
Yeah, everybody's come alive for VP here. You got Yakinda now up to 20 kills. You wonder where that's come from, just round after round, grinding back into this, exactly.
We were starting the conversation about his 5-16 scoreline.
Yeah, I think he heard us, but Orb's been dropped for Alu. One final ride here in regulation on the big green. Can he make the difference here at the mid doors? First shot, Wilds not going to tag. 3 players stacked over towards B, but they're coming out long. Dodo's got space.
Plenty of it. Makes it clear. Things will slow down, I suspect.
Kicker's already pushing tunnels. This is a change from VP. They're throwing something different in the mix.
But there is that curveball of a very passive Spinx.
Dihar and Snappy are coming back through spawn now with the bomb. Who's going to blink first? How far are VP going to take this push?
If they smoked off T-steps, my God, imagine.
Sanji's looking. Yeah. Sanji's seen them.
Oh,
He's been spotted too.
They've got util. They've got util. What do you do? Smoke? No, incendiary. And your plan's starting to fall apart right before your very eyes. That was the call. Look at Snappy. Bombs at spawn. They'll re-smoke on it. You've lost tons.
Yeah, can't hang around.
This is going to leave a very bad taste in your mouth. What do we do now?
Well, they're completely evaporating back towards long. This is where they had all the room at the start. This setup from VP. They're not playing anybody facing long whatsoever. 2 towards mid, 1 towards upper tunnels, 2 over towards catwalk. And with 45 seconds left, ENCE only have 1 move, and that's going long.
Kinder's waiting for the second smoke to arrive. You'll hear them, and he'll peek on it. Oh no, missed smoke, not like this. He gets it through the smoke. Kicker's vulnerable, begging for a boost, anything he can to get back up on the site. Doto catching nades and bullets. Yakinda's caught another. ENCE, you've got time. Get that bomb down. Can they do anything else? Yakinda wants to push on the flash, and he's got another. He has reawoken from his slumber. And ENCE, from 15-3, having to accept their fate. Can Snappy and Alu turn this one on its head in their last chance saloon? Impending doom, VP 4, but time is of the essence. They need to close this gap, and they need to do it now.
Halfway ticked.
Already shots are starting to hit.
It gets low.
Snappy and Alu hitting their shots is not enough. I think there's time. Straight onto the defuse, and OT secured. Virtus Pro, the comeback kings. We go again. OT required to separate these two. And ENCE need to piece their head back together again. Their mental will be broken. welcome back. If your friend just linked you the stream and said you gotta see this, it was a 15-3 lead. Everything pointed towards ENCE taking one of the top dogs down a peg. Well, we're back into overtime. 15-3 becomes 15-15. VP do awaken, and ENCE put to bed. This is going to be an interesting one now, Chad. You're leaning VP's way just purely based off of momentum. I still don't know which way I'm going to cut it. Can the T rounds come in for ENCE? They've been so elusive. Pistol and conversion was all they showed on their T side in regulation. They have to prove they can win these weapon rounds with all the bells. And this is 16K start money. They've got everything they could desire.
Yeah, right here, right now, they're set up for success. And poof, Snappy off the gate is going to take a tag through the door, down to 3 HP. And James even going to find Alu sleeping. Inspired now, VP. They've woken up. You bang on there. Someone who's fallen asleep. Dihar hasn't had a kill in the last 8 rounds of play.
Jesus. He was on for a 30 as well, so yeah, completely cooled off, like ice pack in the crotch cold.
Last kill he had was with the Tech 9, and it's not just him. I'm just using that as the contrast here because he has been the workhorse for this team up until the tail end of the second half. Again, they want to go for one of these cat hits. Already down a man. Already used a big chunk of their utility here. They have a smoke for bridge. They got flashes to get on out and mollies for the site, but all in all, VP have handled these type of plays time and time again.
Every Sanji CT perspective is just some nerdy little nade he plans to throw. And now Buster and Sanji saying, Sanji, I swear, like we've seen him throw that. He's sitting there with a smoke pulled, a flash pulled. He's always playing for the team. And Virtus Pro, another CT round. They're getting very comfortable with their CT rounds. They've been getting plenty of them. In fact, 12 in complete and total succession.
I can guarantee you this, when VP swap over, it's not going to be the same caged, lost-looking side that we saw in that first half. They will have a whole new energy about them. When you consider ENCE, think about how many rounds they've now lost in a row, where they've had no traction, right? All of that momentum that they were carrying through, it's been taken away. They have not been able to solve this puzzle, let alone find kills on some of their players. And they're continuing this slow pace, 4 players towards upper B. Just Doto outside long, listening for that duel with Sanji. They're set up ready to pounce, and well, guess what? VP have just left the bomb site. 3 players want to fight towards middle. Yakinda tasked to deal with that lurk smoke he's just seen limp on out. Kicker's over here too. VP is set up perfectly for this one. 2 players over towards the car, 1 in the back of the site, and if it is a mid to B split or just a pop through tunnels, they will get absolutely decimated, ENCE.
Especially because you know you're going to lazy clear. When you kill 1 Bricks, you're not going to be desperate to check for the deep hidden second player. Buster always found on B, so him firing off shots is nothing out of the ordinary.
This is the same maneuver. They just want to buy a bit of space for this mid play. So lots of traction up towards upper tunnels, hoping to find a player rotating in through spawn. Nothing given, and now Dihar. Mid to B, they go.
He hears them. Buster calls it. Through mid, and it's easy for Yakinda. Nice from Dihar, finding his frags now. He's gonna be caught by the 3rd. Wasn't expecting that one.
Yeah, lost in the comms there. Kicker already had a kill. He was definitely on the site.
A nice shot from Alu, puts ENCE back into contention. That's the B player gone. The bomb will go down, and it's Sanji and James, the A pair, with lots of util. No smoke. And Incendiary could make things awkward though for Alu's positioning, and oh, Sanji does not clear the bricks. Top of the tons bricks.
Jay may as well go for the 16K.
No reason not to. Doto. Oh, he hits it. Oh, you really don't have to give him much.
Well,
there's ENCE's first, the elusive T round with guns.
What's that, first round in the last...
14?
Yeah, 13, 14, yeah. So that right there is, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Kicker got that first, and then Dihar just jumping on in. I don't think, you know, the comms were quite there. They weren't calling out the names. Could have gone the wrong way, but they pull this one back. So ENCE finally breaking through. 2 would be a dream. 2 would be unheard of.
It would.
Both teams have had abysmal T-halves here today.
Let's see if they can piece it together. Out long. Not contested. Kicker does get across on that flash, and it won't be called, or at least won't be safe calls for Alu. He lost his vision as well. So too long it is. And again, VP suspicions are correct, hedging their bets. 3 towards A. What do you reckon of their setup this time?
Sanji's dropped on down. He won't be playing that same janky position he was jumping over before with that smoke to delay. Yakinda's actually going to drop one of his own design. And At this stage, it looks like the long commit. They're walking on up. 3 players behind Alu's AWP.
They love this setup. We're about to find out why. They cross. Tightest of lines and a collateral from the AWP. Look at the bomb.
Oh, dear.
Oh, there's flames on it and everything.
They gotta get it.
They gotta push through it. They got so much time, but Doto goes down to the molly spread.
Lost in the smoke, in the flames. That is all over Red Rover.
Catastrophe. On the cross. Nothing left for these two. And you can see VP, after that burst of contact, are happy to just sit still. Come and find us. Come and get us. This round is ours. We know the momentum lies with us. We were down in the dump, staring down the barrel of an absurd amount of rounds to overcome. It is only Alu.
Alu has a good idea. There's a player towards quad.
He's hit that shot as well. With 25 seconds left, he'd need to find another, and now drops into CT. Oh, brave, living for it. But the 17 is going VP's way. Let's see the James highlight reel.
Oh, stars align. They did it for him. They ran in there for him. All right. Luckiest one you'll see James get in a while. Now, this is it. VP, I said, you're not going to get that same team who look caged, who look slow. I think they'll have learnt their lesson. Or at least I hope they will.
So they posted 3 rounds, right? It was 3, we got OT. So yeah, 3 T rounds is all we saw from Virtus Pro.
Well, this boost is going to get run over. Diha's going to be caught in the open if they're quick.
He's so blind. They're so fast. He does take James down. There's no trade available. That's a dream. And hence, need more. Pulling out that double AWP setup, it does enable a much more prominent presence in mid. Sanji's got a flash for sure. Interesting. I wonder if Snappy's there. No. It enables the walk up safe.
Doto playing for info right now. They already have the man advantage and he's still taking space.
Bomb carrier.
He may even do that.
Sanji's so isolated from the pack. And they line up. Who gets 2? Ents snatching away a 17th here, keeping it competitive on their defense. Not so cagey from VP, sure, but aggression from Doto. And Sanji is completely isolated now.
Yeah, there's not too many places they can be, VP. Doto's completely cut this map in half. Think about the clutches he's had now, this impact round here in overtime.
2 clutches, that's right, remember. Regulation.
So noisy, he's going to be dead. Oh, okay.
Never write Sanji out of a round, my dude.
Oh, what's
he could.
Now?
Could tested the water, and Diha very quick on the draw. Gets the info on the cross, and Diha has been hitting a lot of these shots. Sanji tries to strafe it out. 17 to 17.
This could just be the game that never ends.
Yeah.
It might be one of those, because this comeback is already insane. So
crazy.
We may as well set ourselves up. Everyone make yourself comfortable here. And the reason that this push is facilitated for Doto is the fact that James dead. It means that Sanji may have to plug that hole. And that's exactly what happened, because Sanji normally watching the long push, right? So Doto with an educated guess on a push like that, you're never going to know, but you know, you're guesstimating.
I'm with you. That's actually really good insight. I hadn't thought about that.
They're doing the same play. Fast down middle, and Diha wants to contest this around their mid to be cross smoke. That'll deny a lot of early access. And, well, I guess I'm wrong. VPR looking like the caged animal again. This is slow, limp, drawn out. No early aggression across the map. Spawns not their favor out long by any means. And to go out late, well, and still have 3 players over towards 8. This is some very slow stuff. We know that the trick of James just parking himself in the mid doors with the AWP, waiting for rotations, that was found out. Ents pummeled him down time and time again. And, oh, with the clock, they're not going to be greeted with any aggressive plays here. Yikinda will get the space.
Trying to make it feel like a mid to be, and it's going to be pretty convincing if Yikinda commits. I don't know if he will. But if you straight up die to Yikinda mid, that is going to force your CTs out of position. Doto,
smoke.
What a great smoke. They might come through gray screened. Or they'll have to wait it out and respect it. Okay, interesting state of affairs here.
I know there's one player CT with those nades thrown. Good idea that one player's still close long.
CTs are super light on util.
40 seconds now. Maybe the mid to be is the right play. Setting up for it. Smoke's going to land.
Diha and Spinks have passed this test before. Snappy previously catching. Whoa, they got double mollies, triple mollies, no bullets connecting. Spinks tested, and all the heads have been lost. VP looking set for a T round here. And James just biding his time. Alu's his next victim. And that's 3 in round. And that's 18 in total. VP are given a chance to complete this Cinderella story. Absolutely absurd that it's even become a part of the conversation. We had 2 stomps, 16-7, 16-6, no eyebrows raised whatsoever. ENCE come in and look like they're about to send one of the favorites in this head-to-head down a peg. Now VP, they have the chance. ENCE couldn't do it in 14 rounds straight. 12 in regulation. Let's see.
Just out long. Look at him. So many flashes. It's 8 flashes out long there just to get them a little bit of control. Using so much utility of VP, and now they can finish with this long play. Doto found success through this push before. Yakinda looks aware this time.
Your decision making in the next 90 seconds will determine whether or not you continue to play at Pro League. No one wants to be the one to go down first. Now, good. Well, this wide open.
Doto.
Too tempting. He had to follow it, and Yakinda shuts him down. Doto now forced to watch. Hands off the mouse and keyboard as his team look to overcome a man disadvantaged by his own doing. They flash for info. VP are not in a hurry. Set up on long. Yakinda's tasked with just generic tons control. And we're going to be seeing the smokes deployed now. They've got 45 seconds to advance. Alu posted up on the AWP. Spinks to throw out a touch of his own utility, but it's a single smoke. It's not enough to convince them. They only have 3 more. And he's dropped his own at 30 seconds. VP, I want to overcook this.
They're hoping they'll over-rotate, because there's really no info right now for ENCE. They're just hoping it's a long play. They're just banking on an A play. Yakinda's going to be late through mid on this.
Spinks' nade looks promising. 25. And a reload required. Here comes the cross. 20 seconds. VP. Oh, one caught. Last bullet from the Org. Now they have to plant. Buster given the responsibility. Alu's already taken the bomb out of his hands as well. Issues. They can boost to contest. It looks like OT2 is a practical guarantee.
Yakinda's still coming.
He is up short. Alu's ready. ENCE securing this one. It's only Kickert and Jame. And only Kickert with the first. Now a second. Perhaps they can finish it right here, right now. Up against the odds. Jame to finish the job as only Spinks. Missing his shot. Oh, no way! That is a disaster! Virtus Pro put some respect on their name. Down 15-3. And they take it in OT.
You're in kitchen now. Boss on C-spawn, you have time to plant the bomb. More to the left if you want to jump out of window. More to the left. Left, 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 left.
I'm jumping out.
Nice, you jumped out.
I'm landing for short? Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. One bot is... Yes, you have smoke, you have flash, you have molotov.
Okay, okay.
One bot coming from catwalk towards short.
This is smoke?
Yeah, this is smoke.
I'm watching bomb, yeah? Like this?
No, no, no. More to the left bomb. Yes, 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 yes. Bot comes from shot already close. You have to throw smoke. You'll hear him. He is inside smoke. He is but. Oh no! He's not.
No, he has P90. You killed him with nade, no?
No, you didn't kill him. You didn't hit him, and now he's
P90, 50 bullets. Unlucky, man. What is this?
Bison.
Oh, no time. Yes. Let's go. I want to be in the corner bomb site, you know? I'm there.
No, no, no. A little bit. Yeah, forward, forward, forward.
Now I'm good?
No, no, no. Back again. Yeah, planting like for boost. More on the right. Повернись направо. Еще направо. Еще направо. Еще чуть-чуть направо. И вперед. Exactly. Russian communication, best communication.
I have smoke.
Yeah, you have smoke right now. You have smoke. Yeah, the smoke, but watch down. He's coming. You have to throw smoke. He's coming. Throw smoke. Perfect. One bomb. One bot is on bomb side. Inside smoke. Two bots.
How he knows I'm there?
I guess we are playing against Xip next. Now you are going towards apps. You are close to
Okay.
old window smoke. Yeah, now you are in Tetris.
What I'm watching, I'm good?
Yeah, you're good. I'll tell you when to shoot. Shoot. One is right. Right. Two more. You have 4 bullets. He has shotgun. Just run away from it. He's dangerous.
It's dangerous. Default bomb, yeah?
Yeah, default bomb. One bot. Я missed it.
Where am I нахуй?
On this side. Go forward. The monitor.
Stop mid?
Yeah, there's stop middle, but 2 bosses coming. I'll tell you when more. No, right. Left. You hear him. He has shotgun. Boss on our side. Yeah, you're inside Vaza. One bot is coming close. One to left. He is scream. You killed scream. You have 5 seconds to plant the bomb. One bot is right watching on you with car. He is shooting you. 4 seconds. No time.
Fuck, where is he?
Нет, тут сразу надо бежать на точку.
Ебать ты урод, нахуй. Вот это игра, нахуй.
We got a winner, and it is not what you expected me to say. Ints fumble the bag right at the very end, right at the finish line, and it's going to be VP to pick up this series. A great ending, but of course, a very topsy-turvy game, and I've got Kassad and Yanko here to look at it with me. Kassad, what did you think about that game on Dust 2?
Trace, did this thing actually really happen?
It does appear like it happened. Actually,
Fortunately, we were there to watch it.
Oh, man.
I don't know what was worse, like on those 2 T sides. Like you can see how difficult it is for VP to play T side when Ykinder isn't getting killed.
Ебать ты урод, нахуй. Вот это... Ебать ты урод, нахуй. Вот это игра, нахуй.
We got a winner, and it is not what you expected me to say. Ints fumble the bag.
Didn't get any single close rounds of those 12, right? After the pistol and I didn't remember any of the close rounds on their T side.
Yeah, they weren't like super, you know, it was like not a lot of time left to defuse, but VP
always got the control.
They had control of the clutch, yeah.
And I don't know, it seemed pretty flat. It's
Alu jumping on the ledge in that post plan as well. Okay. Like just like this, all the A players, almost all the A players are alive except for James, and he wants to like try and jump down into CT. Just like, I think that just tells you how frustrated and how out of solutions they felt, that he felt individually like, I'm not gonna lose another post plan just by like playing it by the book. I'm gonna try something crazy, and you know, better to lose it this way than just to do more of the same. But you know, that
he tried, but not in a...
That doesn't turn out great either, right? Like, it looks silly.
And to me, it's a little bit of the frustration level that has to come with getting that far into the game. If you are over on the Ints side, obviously, you had them right there.
I'll tell you, people like to talk a lot like Dust 2 is not a tactical map. It's more tactical than this. Like, you have more solutions than this, more smoke combinations you can do, more calls that you can make, right? Like one way or the other, more late slow rounds, more fast rounds even. There's more of everything.
Where were the timeouts?
They used the timeout. They used all 4 timeouts in the second half, or at least 3 of the 4.
Is it?
And it still like resulted in almost no adjustments from them.
Yeah, you made a good point back in the green room about when we talked about money management. They kind of went too much into the half buys, and then we got them nothing instead of like you said, saving a little bit more and maybe get a little bit more of the gun rounds. And at the end, I mean, it's just I still can't believe it though.
It's like a full-on facepalm, I think, if you are on the side of Ints. For them, they are eliminated. Let me help to tell you that story by pulling up the brackets so that you can see how this has all gone down and how it has all gone horribly wrong for Ints, who now find it not so easy to do anything but sit there and watch the rest of the teams play. Virtus Pro continue on. We are just on the cusp of getting started with Complexity versus Na'Vi. The winner of that will go on to play VP. Up in the upper portion, you can see the round of 12 has concluded there, giving us the round of 8, Furia versus G2. That'll be tomorrow. And that pretty much is how the cookie crumbles, guys. I don't think we really need to say much else about this one. It's all pretty much digested at that point. So let's take a break. Let's go to one of those, and let's come back with a little bit of Complexity versus Natus Vincere. Who is going to turn up today? That's the big question on everyone's minds. You're watching the ESL Pro League Season 13 playoffs.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Snix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always, always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help. Good luck, have fun.
Yes, nice shot, my friend.
Cheaters ruining your plays?
I have eyes on the enemy.
Bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ESEA. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ESEA, the best way to play CSGO.
So the team that surprised me the most in the group stage so far is probably ENCE. I think they have a very, very weird mix of players, but I think Snappy is doing a great job of getting it all together, and this fast as well. I didn't really expect that, so definitely ENCE for me.
Hope you learned your lesson, girl. I cannot teach anymore. Hope you show some faith in men. I am not like anyone. 'Cause I am over being sober with myself, and I'm with you. I am over being something I am not. I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handout. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing down.
Okay, hey KD, let's go. Bitch.
You always make me feel like shit when I play you.
Но в данном случае Assassin's Creed 4 при установке. Причина этой ошибки стара как мир. Пираточка, хуяточка. Антивирусы по умолчанию считают вообще все кряки за вредоносное ПО. И они правы. Если саму игру или программу выпускает вполне понятно.